What is going on, AFC East Roundtable? I am your host tonight, Richie from Jets Media, because we're talking Jets offseason tonight. Because that's all we're talking about. That's all the people care about. Who are the Jets going to draft? Who are the Jets getting in free agency? Who are we trading for? I already know we got over a couple hundred people tuning in. That's super excited to hear all about the Jets offseason because there's nothing else to really talk about because there's nothing exciting to really bring up to talk about this weekend. It's not like, oh, wait, I'm right. We do have two playoff games to talk about because we have the Bills and the Dolphins playing playoff games. Congrats, TD. Congrats, Dan. You made it to the dance.
That's right, baby.
Thank you so much. First off, with TD, I heard you humming and singing as, so the countdown is going off. What in the hell do you have to be happy about right now, my friend? After this past weekend, and now you're going into, like -7 degrees in Kansas City.
Bro,
you're looking sad, my friend.
You're talking about last season. You're talking about something that's so irrelevant. This is
TD's
whole new season.
TD's back.
Playoff time. And we in it, baby. We in it, and we're going to get used to being in it. We just got to go take the division next year, but that's neither here nor there right now. We're in the dance, and it's time to show up and show out, and it's anybody's game, baby. I'm not going to let y'all steal my joy. I've been down for 2 weeks straight, and I realized today, why? We in it, baby. We in the dance. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, congratulations, CD.
Everybody else.
You are in it. All right, you are in it, and I said that multiple times. That loss to the Bills definitely stung, but don't forget and don't take for granted that you're in the dance. Because I do anything to be there. It's been 13 years, but luckily it's all coming to an end next year because your boy will be excited for the Jets' playoff return. But hey, it is what it is. First and foremost, before we get into the stream, I just wanted to say thank you. We hit 13,000 subscribers last night, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys supporting the AFC East Roundtable. We continuously keep growing this YouTube channel, and I got to give credit to my man, Master at Work, with this brilliant edit of TD Finn's talk and the Miami Dolphins faithful's reaction to the Buffalo Bills W on Sunday night, because that video he made that he uploaded literally like 4 a.m. that night went nuclear on the channel. I think it's around 17K views. Could be wrong there. So, Master at Work, why don't you tell us, how did that video go? How did it feel editing that video? Because I'm sure you had all that footage just like ready just to go and unleash.
I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was up all night. I accidentally called in sick to work because I wanted to go ahead and get that video out there because I was just so hyped watching, editing that video. I had a lot of fun doing it. But I want to appreciate it. Listen, I want to thank everybody for the support. My videos do get on this channel. It had I think it's up at 19,000 views. And I am collaborating with Dan to get this hype video out here for the Buffalo Bills. So stay tuned for that. I just have to really just sit down for a few hours and just come up with some ideas of what I want to do with the video. But that video will definitely be up before the Bills kick off against Pittsburgh, most likely Saturday morning. And as far as the Miami Dolphins go, I'm going to have to also sit down and just think, what could I possibly do to fool these Dolphins fans into thinking they have a chance against the Chiefs? So I'm going to do my best to try to hype you guys up with a hype video. It's not going to be nothing crazy or nothing long, but I will definitely come up with something to try to get you guys hyped up as well, because you, at the end of the day, you guys are in the dance.
That's right, baby.
And when you get into the dance, you never know. You might be able to boogie and finally win that first playoff game. I don't think you have a chance. A lot of people don't think you have a chance either, but this is the NFL, bro. Crazy things happen in the playoffs, man. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Right. So, and before I do, I also want to announce that we're doing a Madden 24 online franchise this season as well. Richie, Dan, and TD won't be participating, but I do have some really good news. Last year, how we split it off into PlayStation and Xbox, it is now crossplay. So if you are interested, I think I have 16 spots open. I just announced it a couple of hours ago on the Discord. You have to join the Discord for more details. So it's going to be a $15 buy-in. First prize gets $400, and second prize gets $50, and MVP gets the picking a player if they're choosing for season 2. So we're going to be running this all off season. We're going to try to get into 2 to 3 games a week. So if you're not really available, I advise you not to join. It's going to be a fantasy draft. It's not like you just pick a trash team like the Patriots and start out with Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones. You get to pick who you want in the draft. And if you don't like the team that you have, you can always just relocate them the way the franchise works. So if you have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Next Gen, Series X or S, if you have the Next Gen, join the Discord if you're interested. All the details are in there, how to sign up. And I'm going, like, as soon as we get full, I'm going to send the invites, and we can try to see if we can come up with a date and time to start it. And I will be streaming or try to stream the fantasy draft on the channel as well. So, and hopefully if we do get full, we could do it on Saturday, right before the games kick off, a fantasy draft. Everybody agrees, but so that's what we have cooking up. So everybody just stay tuned. I do appreciate everybody for getting us to 13,000 subscribers. We're trying to do everything we can to try to build our sports network. So
for those guys that don't know how to join the Discord, that link is down below in the description. So definitely go down below, join the Discord, and Master Work, we running the Madden 24 franchise. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see who comes out on top. And yeah, again, thank you guys for the 13K subs, man. We cannot thank you all enough. And not only thank you for that, but thank you to the people who has been helping our launch of the expansion of this YouTube channel, because we all started here, right? We started on the AFC East Roundtable, but as you all know, we expanded beyond the AFC East Roundtable. This is where it all started, right? It all started rotating on each other's channels, which was a cool way to start. And then last season, we started this YouTube channel. And then this season, we started multiple YouTube channels. And I just want to say, guys, all the people that's been supporting us on this expansion is really, really appreciated. Here is Roundtable Sports' YouTube channel. We got our game show on here, 3 and Out, every single Monday night at 7:30 p.m. EST. And we have all the other roundtables listed here. I'm going to quickly link this in the chat. If you guys want to do us a huge favor and subscribe to Roundtable Sports and subscribe to each and every single one of our expansion channels. Right now, 3 divisions are active. So out of the 3 divisions right now that are active, it's the NFC North, the NFC West, and the AFC South. So those are the active ones right now, and then we're expecting to launch the AFC West, the NFC East, the AFC North, the NFC South ones over the offseason. We just finished our show just a few minutes ago, actually, of the NFC North Roundtable, and then all the other ones are listed down here, guys. And it cannot thank you all enough for being part of this expansion, because without the AFC East Roundtable, all you guys helping us out, none of this is possible, because now you watch these channels, the chat is just filled with just AFC South fans, and I still see some AFC East fans tuning in. I see King Lowski, I see the regulars. So I just want to say, guys, thank you for all the support. And the NFC West, we'd appreciate if you could check this one out, since this is more the brand new one. Only 2 episodes, but listen, look at these numbers, and that's because of you guys. 5.7 thousand views on the first NFC West, and then last night was episode 2 at 3.4 thousand subs, and Dan did a great job of hosting it as usual. So just want to say, guys, thank you. It's been a really fun opportunity that what we got here to build this sports network up, and don't forget, AFC East Roundtable will always be number 1 in our hearts. So just want to say thank you, guys.
Did that say Steezy A. Smith?
He was cool. He was filling in for Norb last
great.
night. Yeah, dude, he really was. I was really trying to coach him up, though. Like, he stopped himself from saying fuck. And I was like, dude, listen, man, you obviously didn't do any research on what this sports network is, my friend, but feel free to be you. But I thought he did a great ass job, man. Great. Super intelligent as well. Like, Jake, the Rams guy, he's super analytical. And last night he was like, yeah, dude, you know what, man? I just love about this show because I can come on here and it's real content. No one's coming in here and trying to tell me that and the Rams are trash. And I was like, well, definitely don't tune into the AFC East because you're going to despise TD.
Yeah, I was like,
said you want to go for, man.
They're a little respectful now, but they're gonna start getting a little feisty.
They
That's
have
how it
to.
goes.
I do want them to start yelling at each other a little bit more. I do want them to start yelling at each other a little bit more.
So which one just hit 3K subs?
NFC North just hit 3K.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was our first ever expansion.
Okay, and the AFC South is right behind, right?
2.7.
2.7.
2.74, almost 2.8. And y'all help us with the AFC West. I know it just launched, but let's go ahead
NFC
and get
West.
that one over. NFC West, yes. Let's go ahead and get that over 1,000 now, man. How many does it have? Like 800?
814. Yeah, we're really trying to get this to over 1,000 subs, guys. If you can go sub to the NFC West, that would be. Oh, one person just did it. That would be appreciated, guys.
Yeah.
And
if you could take the time right now to subscribe to NFC West, we can go ahead and get that channel certified this week. If we can go ahead and get the 1,000 subs, so that we can make sure we can take care of our contributors the right way. So help us out. Go over and subscribe to that one right now if you can. It'll go a long way for Roundtable Sports, man.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that to over 1,000 by the end of the show. Because
would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, man.
Damn, listen, man, I am so excited about the future of this thing. I really am.
Me too. Me too. And
we have some big shit cooking right now.
It's exciting, and everyone's a part of it. So shout out to all the people in the chat right now. So let's get into what everyone came here for. But before we do that, guys, please do us a favor and smash that like button right now, because we got playoff football to talk about. AFC East, we got 2 games, okay? Buffalo Bills hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers as the divisional champions, and the Miami Dolphins head into Arrowhead to take on the reigning Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, in a very interesting weather type of game. So let's get into that. Oh my gosh.
We have to show some love to Cardero with this monster super chat.
Whoa.
Bills fan right here, the homie coming in. What's up, my brothers? And so how are you doing on this fine evening? Yo, TD, how are you, man?
I'm all right.
Seriousness, my condolences on you losing the AFC East again, man. Good luck against the Chiefs. At the end of the day, you're still my brother. Look at that, man. That has to be like the nicest condolences I think I've ever seen in my life.
I appreciate that, man. But you know what, bro, you're about to witness the bounce back, man. You're about to witness the bounce back. You're about to witness the true greatest story ever told, the Miami Dolphins. So make sure, hey, Cadora, make sure you stick around. You about to witness greatness at its finest, man. We'll see you in 2 weeks, though. We'll see the Bills in 2 weeks.
And by the way, my boy has always been so generous, especially on my channel. Dude, you have no idea how much we thank you for that, dude. You've been riding with us for a while. We appreciate you. Thank you again, man.
Wow. Seriously. Thank you so much, bro. This means a lot.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I mean, we just talked about the expansions. Man, this is helping up the expansions more than you guys know. So thank you so much to Cardaro, and thank you to all the other super chats, man. Speaking of that, let's get to the rest of them. Alex comes in here with the congrats on 13K. Thank you so much. Thanks, appreciate that. Love what you guys are doing for the sports community. Keep up the success. Dolphins revenge tour on the way. Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills. Let's get it. Hashtag fins up.
Let's go, Alex. We in here. Let's do it.
Rich says Bills -10 seems to be a little much of and trap thoughts. Bills are -10.
Yeah.
I would take the +10 though for Pittsburgh. I would take the +10.
I'll be on. All right. Yeah. We'll definitely get into it.
Yeah.
Steelers are certainly not a team that I'm going to be sleeping on, because as we've referred to them a million times, they just won't fucking die. They haven't died, and they're going to be stingy. But I will say that, I mean, really out of any potential opponent, this is the dream for your first opponent, especially going into the playoffs. That's me.
AXL, look at that profile picture. Had to change my profile picture to rep Roundtable Sports, hoping for a win in the frozen tundra. Fins up. Look at that. Repping Roundtable Sports.
Hey, man. Thank you. Hey, by the way.
Jets down shirt.
Yeah, man. I don't really like the shirt that much, but hey, you look good in it, man.
Yo, Richie, honestly, man, like we do need to tell the people, because like as many Bills fans don't know, maybe some of you didn't tune in to the Monday show, but it was an absolute flexathon from Bills Mafia whatsoever. However, we did release the Buffalo Bills AFC East Champions graphic tee.
Should have been us.
It's
Sorry,
absolutely gorgeous. Right as you can see, we've dropped it for each and every single roundtable that is currently being represented under Roundtable Sports. Absolutely beautiful. Have the usual suspects featured right in a Highmark Stadium on the shirt. It's absolutely beautiful. Mine is on the way. So definitely go to roundtablesports.shop. And then for all of you who have been familiar with my narrative I've been pushing and somehow has come true, we also have the greatest story ever told merch was released. We have hoodies, we have short sleeve shirts, and we also have a long sleeve for anybody that wants to ride in on the greatest story ever told. As you can see, look at that. And then obviously, of course, and so you have the Stephon Diggs merch over here as well, in case anybody wants to check that out. We have a Josh Allen, Matt Milano, James Cook, and then a bunch of other representatives from across the damn league. So definitely go ahead and get your merch.
And for anybody that's still waiting on their order, we just shipped 20 orders today and shipping 20 more orders out tomorrow. And when we ship them out, you should get automatically an email of your tracking information. So we apologize for the delay, but to be honest with you guys, we're new, okay? We're not used to having this many orders. We have one person operating this. So if it was a little bit delayed, if you ordered your shirt in December and you're wondering where it's at, it's on its way. I promise you that. You will be getting your shirt in the next week or two. And we appreciate your guys' patience. And my apologies. We're just getting started right now as a company in our merch department. So bear with us. It's a one-man army with our guy Paul. So shout out to Paul. He's doing a great job. And we appreciate that. And the last thing I'll say about the merch real quick is I got to call out Bills Mafia. Because this t-shirt we dropped this morning, and I cannot believe how many Texans fans have bought this. Bro, I'm not even kidding. You got to give a shout out to Ruben. I mean, Ruben, who is our representative of the AFC South Roundtable for the Houston Texans. He pushed this on Twitter, and this shirt is flying off the shelves for the Houston Texans.
That's low-key a sexy-ass fucking shirt, though. I'm not even gonna
It really is, dude. Look at that.
What was the last time?
2019.
Okay. Oh, so it wasn't that long ago. That's right. When they had Watson. Okay.
Yeah. It is fresh, right? It took a lot of revisions to get there. So, I mean, we're not telling you guys to check this out, but we want to show you like the other division shirts that we got. And we also got the Lions one as well. So we're trying to get as many shirts to represent the team everywhere.
If the Dolphins would have won, it would have been sold out already, man. See, Bills Mafia sold a soul for that win.
Dude,
that's your own.
So this was just business as usual right now, man. The reason that we didn't buy the AFC East divisional title shirt, which I know everyone's buying right now, we're waiting on that Super Bowl design, baby.
Oh,
bro,
that's what we want.
It's going to sell out like crazy if that happens.
That's what we want. That's what we want is the Super Bowl design, baby.
Man,
and so we're going to AFC East, man. Dude, that's business as usual for Bills Mafia.
Hey,
and Patriots fans, last chance, bro. Get them Fire Belichick shirts, man. We got to get him the fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah, bro. Why is he still like not? I mean, even Pete Carroll's out of here, bro. Even Pete Carroll.
He's not going nowhere, man. I told y'all.
Listen, bro.
Wait. I saw a report, and Tyson, please tell me what's right or what's wrong, because I know reports can be fake, but I saw something where Bill Belichick is sitting there begging to stay. Is that true?
Yep.
He's begging to stay?
He's negotiating an out. And from what I know, this is the truth. Don't listen to TD, bro, because I've been on this shit 24/7, bro. I got alerts set up everywhere. I got spies and everywhere, bro. And I'm telling you, this is exactly what's happening right now, for those that don't know. Belichick is angry, bro. He's angry, and he's doing everything he can to stay. But here's the thing, right? With Mike Vrabel gone, Mike Vrabel will be the next head coach of the New England Patriots. Okay. He's a modern day Bill Belichick. And we all know the reason why Mike Vrabel got fired was because he wasn't given any personnel decisions. He didn't want Will Levis. He didn't want Malik Willis. He wasn't given anything, bro. He took Ryan Tannehill to the AFC Championship game. Okay. And from what my research and all the reports show that it's going to happen very, very soon. Belichick is gone. He told the entire coaching staff to go take vacation, because that's what you do when you quit a job and get your ass fired. You take that vacation time to go ahead and just get paid. But I promise you, Patriots fans, be patient. It's going to happen. Right now, they're just ironing out the details. They don't want it to be ugly. Belichick's probably looking for the Falcons or whatever fucking team he's going to coach. All I know is, bro, you're loitering. Get out of my franchise. Okay, you won 6 Super Bowls. I don't know what else you want from us, bro. And you didn't even thank the fans on your last game either, bro. You didn't give us no type of heads up, no acknowledgement.
The Jets broke him,
bro. So at the end of the day, bro, you've outstayed your welcome. You ain't got to go home. You ain't got to go back to Nantucket, but you got to get the fuck out of Foxborough, dog. And I'm just waiting, bro. My patience is wearing very, very thin. And the more this lingers on, the more I'm not going to give Belichick his flowers when he leaves, bro, because this is absolutely just pathetic, bro. Get out, dog. Resign. I don't care where the fuck you go, dog. I don't care. Go break Don Shula's record in Atlanta or wherever the fuck you go, bro. You ain't breaking it here. This is Mike Vrabel's team now, dog. Welcome home, Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel's team, baby.
And I'm telling you right now, everybody in this division, y'all better hope and pray we don't get Mike Vrabel, bro. Because we're gonna give him the control that he wanted in Tennessee. Because you know Robert Kraft does that, and he's gonna pick his own quarterback. He's gonna be able to pick his own staff. He's gonna be able to bring a modern Patriots way back to Foxborough. You know, none of that old shenanigans bullshit. Everybody, I think everybody on this panel respects Mike Vrabel, bro. He's a
100%.
hell of a coach.
He's a great
We're not going to miss anything on the defensive side of the ball. He's going to be able to pick his staff, pick his quarterback, draft his players. And we're going to see what a modern day Patriots way does to the New England Patriots next season. So I'm hoping and praying that Belichick, bro, we don't want to call the police on you. We don't want to drag you out. Just leave amicably, bro. Leave amicably and leave. You left a great legacy. You're the greatest head coach of all time, bro, but it's time for a change. And I am just so excited if we can land Mike Vrabel. But from all the reports, Mike Vrabel left it because he knew, and the Titans were mad because when he came to Foxborough to get inducted into our Hall of Fame, the Titans organization was mad because he was flirting with the Patriots for the next head coaching job. So I'm telling you right now, it's pretty much a done deal. We just got to iron out the details. Take your $25 million Belichick and go do whatever the fuck you do on in the offseason, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen of the AFC East, Bill Belichick will be a New England Patriot for the next 2 years. He will pick a left guard in the first round, and the Patriots are going to be screwed. Don't listen to a word Master Work said. They are losers and will continue to be. I am loving every minute I don't get that alert he fired. Because you get nervous because he ain't got fired yet. And you know good and well that's why you want him out the building, because you know he's staying. You know he's staying,
bro.
Yeah,
he's not staying.
So you agree? I mean, it's funny because I would have to disagree with TD. I do think that he's gone. I do think Vrabel is going to be the Pats head coach next season. As much as I don't want to, and really right between Richie and TD and myself, I think that's the last coach we want as the New England Patriots head coach. Honestly, I would. Yeah, right.
Zach Wilson beat him in his rookie season.
Still
overrated.
But, so whatever happens, I'm very interested. And then I also think that that's going to create several other questions as well. If Kraft were to take away his control over personnel, right, and were to take away, right, that GM responsibility, would things have been different in Foxborough when Brady left? We don't know. It's probably too late. And looks like we're probably going to see Vrabel next season. Say that I'm a gambling man. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And then maybe we might even see Pete Carroll right for the New York Jets.
No, Pete Carroll's staying in Seattle. He's just going up in the front office.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
Yeah, he's going to he was crying, bro. I was listening to
Pete Carroll was a Jet, man. He was a Jet coach.
He was a Patriot too. He was a Patriot too.
We let Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll just walk right through our building and leave immediately like idiots. What are we doing?
Adam Gase is on his way to New England and Belichick gone.
Oh, yeah. Adam Gase.
Mike McDaniel is still there in Miami.
Adam Gase. Robert Saleh is still here. Come on now. Let's go. Now, listen, that's definitely the news that I'm definitely keeping an eye on is when and if Yeah, Nick Saban. I mean, that's crazy. I feel like it's good
Dolphins
timing.
legend Nick Saban, right? TD?
Yeah,
Dolphins
get out of
legend,
here,
Nick
man.
Saban.
Don't mention him with the Dolphins. That bum.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is I'm definitely keeping an eye on for the news for the Bill Belichick because that's going to shock the NFL wave. Because the fact that it didn't happen yet is definitely rising some speculation about are they going to try to trade him? Because it gets a little complicated, right? If they agree to part ways, but the Patriots want to get something in return, it's similar to what Sean Payton had to do with the Saints.
Richie, no, there's no way. Even with the Vrabel thing, people were saying that the Titans weren't going to fire him. They're going to try to trade Vrabel. But in this modern day and age, bro, it's so tough to trade a head coach because teams want to hold on to their draft capital, right? Because they were honestly
because Sean Payton didn't the Broncos give up for Sean Payton like idiots?
Sean Payton was retired.
Remember in the league learned a lesson.
I thought they traded for Sean Payton. He was under contract for the Saints. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, but remember he took a year off.
They didn't trade for him, right?
He took the year off.
He took the year off.
Oh.
They did have his rights, though. They did have his rights, though.
They did, but they didn't trade no damn first-round pick for Sean Payton.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting. Yeah, regardless, I think the thing though is if it happens, it has to happen. Like if not this week, next week minimum. Like you can't hold on to Belichick.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to make a move. Like
I
right
think
now.
Either it's gonna. If I was a betting man, I think it happens either tomorrow, Friday, or Monday. If we get to the next Wednesday roundtable, bruh, and that motherfucker's still in Foxborough, bruh, I might have to take me a flight, dog. I might have to drag his ass out of there myself, bro. Him and
start protesting outside of the facility.
Drag him by his fucking hoodie, bro. Get the
Oh
bro,
my
he's
God.
loitering, bro. He's breaking the law, dog. He's loitering.
Dude, it blows my mind. A man that brought 6 Super Bowls, and obviously the whole narrative was Tom Brady, right? But like, still, he was the coach. It's like funny how all the Patriots fans are ready for him to just get out of there. I just find it funny.
It's time for a change, bro.
No, and I don't blame you.
Time for a change, man. I can't do this.
I'll tell you what.
Season, bro.
So mediocrity is almost worse than just having a dog shit coach, right? Like just being like in like that consistent roller coaster of 500 or below 500, slightly above 500, maybe getting first rounded in the playoffs.
So Dad, quick question. What would you like? I'm going to give you the stat, and then you tell me what the New York Jets are.
Okay.
PFF gave the New York Jets a ranking on offense. 32nd in the NFL offense. Last.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our defense, number 1, the greatest defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we literally are the best team on one side of the ball and the worst team on the other side of the ball. Does that just equal out an average team? Like, how frustrating is that, Jets fans? Because that's why I strongly believe a healthy Aaron Rodgers changes everything. Because the fact that we had a number 1 defense and we have a literally bottom of the barrel on offense, and we still were 7-10, it's so frustrating, Dan. Help me.
See, I'll be honest with you, man. Say, for example, that Aaron Rodgers wasn't set to come back next year, then I think Salah would have been on his ass yesterday. And to be completely honest with you, man, I really do. I think Aaron Rodgers is his insurance policy right now. I mean, y'all are still very young, and I mean, y'all still have some pretty favorable contracts on a lot of like your defensive stars. So I really don't see it changing much on the defensive side of the ball. But damn,
all I'm going to say is none of you 3 better touch our guy who's entering free agency because we have a stud.
Ooh.
We have a star. See, this is what I mean, TD. You just like can't give the Jets any credit no matter what.
I just asked who, Richie?
But the way you said it.
You said you have a star. I'm like,
and so it wasn't a
star on the rise.
And so it wasn't a condescending tone.
It was. It's okay. He can't admit it. But listen, his name, you probably don't even know him because you don't know these players. See, Tyson's tuned in. See that? See how Tyson chubbed in there? Bryce Huff is a pending free agent. See what I mean? Oh, yeah. Just so you know, TD, you saying this is exposing your lack of knowledge of football because this man had double-digit sacks, and he's a rising pass rusher. He's entering free agency. He's about to get paid the big bucks, and you're pretending you don't even know who he is. You're not pretending you don't know who he is.
Richie, he played for the Jets. He had 2 times defensive snaps than anybody in the league. Y'all always on defense. He's due to have all the sacks.
See, and that proves my point again. You don't know what you're talking about. The Jets scheme is the opposite. We do defensive rotations. He wants to go somewhere where he can play more, actually. So that's doesn't make any sense.
He don't even
I'm telling you, Bryce Huff would look great in Patriot, bro. We got the money, bro. We got bro, we got
so the
all-
No, he
Buffalo
wants
Bills,
to
bro.
stay, but the Jets can't afford what he's getting, bro.
And so the Bills wouldn't be able to
We'll
afford
pay
him,
it.
so no worries there.
How much
double
is
it.
he? How much is he commanding?
15 to 17 a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
with
I'm
contracts,
giving
man.
him that. And
He's
I'm giving him
unreal,
that
bro.
money.
Like he's an every down, like his
And he's
pass rushing
young.
ability is elite. Yeah. He was an undrafted
he's
free
young.
agent that the Jets developed into beauty. And it's so sad that he's gonna walk. And they asked him a question. Would you consider doing any discount, like a homegrown discount for the Jets? He's like, no. I'm getting paid. And I'm like,
Yeah,
respect
bro,
for
get
being
that money
honest.
Come to Foxborough, bro. I'm telling
said,
you,
you know
watch
what?
out
Don't
for
stay in the
Fox, bro.
division.
All right.
Mhm.
His
I'm
market
getting him.
value.
So y'all gonna
Oh,
be
wow.
trash next year.
Spot track.
No,
saying
we
that
got
his market
Jermaine
value-
Johnson ready to go. Who's there? We got studs there. It's just
Yeah, so
gonna
the
hurt,
Jets
though.
D line is like probably the most depthed out on the face of the planet. I really wouldn't be worried about that. But his market value, according to Spot Track, is about $9.2 million a year.
yeah, that's
He'll
definitely
get
gonna
way
be
more.
way more than that.
He's that's
Again,
underpaid.
he
Interesting.
he finished the season off, man, on a defensive line that's rotation, is not an every down back because of the scheme, and finished with double-digit sacks. He had 2 sacks against the Patriots to finish off the year. All I'm saying is, please, Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins, don't sign him because I don't want to worry about him wrecking havoc on the Jets because I've watched so much film of him, and he is such an elite talent. It's all good, though. We got Jermaine Johnson. But let's get into the previews, okay? Because we got some playoff football to talk about. But before we talk about the playoffs, I got to give a big shout out to BetUS, the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. If you guys want to get a 125% sign-up bonus, you guys know they've been with us since day number 1 on this YouTube channel this season. They've been the proud sponsors from August all the way through the playoffs. So if you guys are gambling on this weekend, on Wildcard Weekend, we cannot recommend enough BetUS Sportsbook. You guys get a 125% sign-up bonus when you click that link down below in the description. This basically means you make an account with them, you put $100 down, you get $225 to play with, and there's a lot of awesome bets. You could put money on pretty much not only football, basketball, to every single sport on this planet. Literally, BetUS is where you want to get your bets in. And the coolest thing about what BetUS is doing right now is they're actually giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets. Now, listen up, folks. If you want to go to the Super Bowl, right? If you're a Dolphins fan that thinks you're going all the way, if you're a Bills fan that thinks you're going all the way, all you got to do, enter a chance to win some Super Bowl tickets.
Let's go.
Bring a friend to the big game, baby. How to participate? You place a bet on an NFL line and share your bet slip on X, minimum of $25, and you tag BetUS and the friend you're inviting and use the hashtag BetUS. So basically, guys, you go on X, you take a screenshot of the bet you placed on BetUS for $25 minimum, and then you share that bet slip on Twitter, and then you tag the friend you want to come with, and then you use the hashtag. So we'll leave all that information down below in the description to kind of help you guys out, but they are giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets, so we could definitely not recommend getting your feet in there. Remember, Super Bowl tickets are expensive. I don't even check what they are at right now, but I can only imagine.
Nosebleeds are like 7,000.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Especially in Vegas' stadium, dude. Like regular season's nuts.
Dude, Vegas'
Like,
stadium is
nosebleeds are, like,
unreal.
400. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I'm sure.
I was there. I was there for the Jets Raiders Sunday Night Football, bro. That was so amazing. I'm so used to a dumpster fire in MetLife Stadium, and
Yeah.
that was. I mean, I got to give MetLife some credit just because the energy that they brought inside the stadium, but outside the stadium, you guys saw it. It's terrible.
So
Absolutely
how are
terrible. but-
Raiders fans, bro? Are they as bad as people say?
Raiders! Oh
No,
my
most
God,
of the
I
real
couldn't
Raiders fans
take
are
it.
still in Oakland.
Yeah,
Bro,
all
The
the
real Raiders fans are still back in
Oakland.
Oakland, bro. That's where
Hey,
where
man.
you're liable to get stabbed and shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You say nothing bad about the Raiders up in Oakland, baby.
So I want to get your guys' thoughts of the odds presented by BetUS on these games before we get deeper into the previews. You know, the Dolphins are 4.5-point underdogs on the road,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills are 10-point favorites, bro.
Easy cover.
10-point favorites. Dan, would you recommend hammering the Bills minus 10? Or do you think it's safer just to go money line? Like, what's your level of confidence going into this game? Like, you're like, oh, we're blowing out the Steelers at home, or do you think it's going to be more of a closer game?
No, not at all, man. I think this game is going to be relatively close. Number one, winds are supposed to be gusting up to about like 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour during the day of the game. It's supposed to be cold as shit. We're talking about like 2 teams right now, especially the Steelers that have like a solid run game. And their past couple of games, they've literally, like, their game plan is run the ball. They've been doing it 61% of their snaps. They're dominating time of possession, and they're just milking the fucking clock. So if there's anything that I would put money down on, I'd probably take the under 35.5, because I don't see a lot of passing going on in this game unless there's some miraculous change in the weather by itself. It's funny because I know the Bills are the superior team, and this Pittsburgh Steelers defense is middle of the road when it comes into as far as passing defense and rushing defense, but they're like 4th or 5th in the league for points allowed, and that's because the red zone defense is fucking scary. So I see this being low scoring as shit. Don't be surprised if that under 35.5 absolutely smacks. That's the only thing that I would put money down on. Maybe even Steelers plus 10. I have the Bills winning, but I think this game's going to be, it's definitely not going to be by more than 10 points. I can guarantee it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have to agree, TD?
Man, that wind gust is no joke.
Yeah,
I actually think that the conditions in Buffalo are going to be worse than Kansas City. Kansas City will be colder, but the conditions in Buffalo with the wind moving like that, this is going to be a ground and pound game. You can't play around with Josh Allen trying to throw down the field, and that wind is like that. That's ridiculous. And, you know, Pittsburgh's not going to. They're going to play defense and run the ball anyway. I agree with the under. But I would definitely take Pittsburgh to cover the spread only because of the weather conditions. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
All right. Well, that transitions. Let's get straight into that game. All right. Let's get straight into that game because Dan Mitchell, he got a playoff game here, right? Home field advantage. Can you imagine that the Buffalo Bills somehow, some way came all the way back, and not only are they in the playoffs, but they are the second seed in the postseason, right? They have the home field advantage, and I think that is pretty darn exciting for Bills Mafia. Here is the game, guys. This is where you can find the game. If you guys are not aware, it is going to be a 1 o'clock slate on CBS kickoff. Here is a graphic presented by Roundtable Sports, baby. Woo! Look at that, baby. All right. I don't want to hear from Dan first.
Let's do it.
Okay? Dan, you're last.
I'm last.
You know what? I don't want you to talk first. I want to hear from around the table. I want you to hear all of our takes and react to it, and then give us your takes of why we're going to be right or wrong. So, Tyson, I want to start off with you. Who do you got in this game and your final score prediction?
Pittsburgh, bro. These motherfuckers stay making the playoffs, man. Like I had them left for dead, bro. Like a few weeks ago, after we beat them. Like as soon as we beat them, I'm like, man, you can't possibly convince me that these fools are gonna make the playoffs, bro. Like the fact that Mike Tomlin still hasn't had a losing season, like they're gonna get drug up and down the field. Honestly, they are the most worthless playoff team in this entire field, bro. Like honestly, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even show up. Mike Tomlin, bro, and here's the thing about the Steelers, right? Because I listened to a couple of Steelers fans and what they got to say, and they're pissed. They're pissed because all this does is going to validate Mike Tomlin, number one, not to get fired. Kenny Pickett, who's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. I mean, these fools, bro, honestly, I think the worst thing that could have happened to them was making the playoffs because they got a date with just an ass whooping, bro. Those piss towel waving fans, I'll wipe my ass with that fucking terrible towel, bro. Y'all are a disgrace, bro. Y'all ain't beating Buffalo. I don't even know how a Pittsburgh Steelers fan can talk shit to anybody. Like y'all are might be one of the worst playoff teams in the history of the National Football League. The only reason y'all made the playoffs, bro, because the bum teams that you guys were playing late in the season. Like at the end of the day, Pittsburgh, man. Like I said, I think you guys making the playoffs. You guys are going to be stuck with Kenny Pickett and Mike Tomlin for the next 5 years. You guys will continuously go 10-7, make the wild card as a 7th seed. And all this does is give Mike Tomlin an out, bro, and the reason to why he will never get fired. And I got to give it up to Mike Tomlin, bro. He's a hustler, bro. He knows what he's doing. And as bad as and you guys lost your the best pass rusher in the league, the defensive player of the year. and TJ Watt. Like, if you guys had TJ Watt, then maybe maybe your defense could do a little something. But I do remember, was it last season you piss towel waving bitches made the playoffs and Kansas City drug you up and down Arrowhead, bro? Was it last season the Chiefs beat Pittsburgh? Was it last season, TD? Or was it the year before that? Because I know Pittsburgh
last year?
They did. They made the playoffs last year. I think they did. Or was it the year before? I think, they made the playoffs last year.
I feel like wild card weekend was nerfing last year.
Yeah, bro. Y'all. That's why they put y'all at the 1 o'clock game. The 1 o'clock game on Sunday is gonna be one of those games where people are gonna watch it, but you guys ain't getting no primetime slot, man. Y'all, this is the worst playoff game out of all the games. There's really no storylines heading into this other than how many points is Buffalo going to scrape y'all by. Because
so you got Bills minus 10, Tyson?
Oh man, I might even put minus 25, bro. Like my own personal honestly, bro. This is a tragedy, and there's just no way that the NFL is going to allow Josh Allen Mahomes part 3, part 4 not to happen. So y'all are screwed, man. There's no way. And I know Buffalo didn't play their best last week. But Miami's defense, man, they're very underrated, and they had a lot to play for, which is why they played so hard. You, on the other hand, just lost your best pass rusher you've ever had, and I just don't see you having a chance in hell beating Buffalo, man. So this game's going to be over by halftime.
You bring up a good point about the Steelers making the playoffs isn't a good thing because it links Mike Tomlin to that team. Because last night in the NFC West Roundtable, the Seahawks representative said that it was a blessing in disguise that the Seahawks missed the playoffs so that Pete Carroll could potentially be gone. And he said that last night. And then today, Pete Carroll's gone. So he was happy that the Seahawks did not make the playoffs because he did not want, as a Seahawks fan, the Seahawks to make the playoffs and for the front office and everyone to think that everything's okay because he thinks that as a Seahawks fan, there's something that needs to change. So you're bringing up that point now. This is not a good thing for the Steelers to make the playoffs for a similar reason. So I thought that's pretty interesting. And yeah, I mean, listen, this is the largest spread of the wild card weekend. I think that the Steelers are the biggest underdog. And boy, Bills Mafia, you better win this game. You better win this game. TD, preview it for us.
It's funny y'all say that, though, blessings in disguise. This is what we were talking about on Monday or last week. I don't remember, about even the Dolphins. See, if we win this game, it's going to pretty much keep us in this current state that we're in. But,
let's go Dolphins.
We want to take wins anyway. No. But listen, Buffalo versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buffalo is going to dog walk them. They are going to destroy the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, they're going to put up a fight early in the game. It's going to get out of hand late. But they're good. They're coached well. You can't replace the pass rush, especially against a quarterback like Josh Allen. That's a huge blow. Mike Tomlin has secured his job. Mike Tomlin secured his future. I think, at least, we'll find out after this weekend. But it's not much to talk about, man. I said work is right. This game right here, man, it's the least cared about game, unless there's an upset. Unless there's an upset in this one, which I just don't see happening. And if it does happen,
oh, for the love of God.
If it does happen, we need to have that real conversation about Buffalo. You need to have that real conversation about Buffalo because, I mean, come on. If you lose in the first round, I know y'all sticking with your coach and everything, but something is up, man. Y'all can't keep going down this road.
Yeah.
You can't keep going down this road. You almost missed the playoffs. We were generous enough to give you the game and let you
get out of here, bro.
But y'all really need to think about that. Buffalo got to do something special. Otherwise, man, y'all going to be stuck in purgatory too for years to come. So, yeah, y'all playing for a lot, but y'all will take care of business in this one. Next week versus the Dolphins might be a different story, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird how we're talking about a playoff game and it's a matchup like this. I mean, we're talking about the playoffs. Why are we all just like talking about a dog walk and just a potential route? Well, I know why, but it's like
if we're going to be honest, and this is just being honest, I think when the NFL expanded to 17 playoffs, right? A 17 playoff, right? Didn't they expand a team?
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So whoever the 7th seed is, your ass don't belong in the playoffs. That's just I'm a historian.
I don't think a 7 seed's ever won a game.
No, they've never have. And the NFL wanted an extra team. This is why they took away the bye from the 2 seed. I wish it was the like the old days. Number 1 seed and 2 seed get the bye, bro. But the NFL is money hungry, bro. They're greedy. They wanted to give some more hope to these trash teams like Pittsburgh and get them in there. Who's the 7th seed in the NFC? Richie, does anybody know?
The Packers?
The Packers.
Okay, see, I'm a Jordan Love fanatic, so I might have to give the Packers a pass because I love Jordan Love. But even then, bro, they didn't look good against Justin Fields and the Bears. So still, bro, these 7 seeds, man, they have no business being in the playoffs. So that's the reason why, bro.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And like, it's just, it gets to a point where I remember when they made that announcement about the 7 seed, I was like, yeah, another opportunity for the Jets to make it. Can't even be a 7 seed. Farts to that. All right, let's get my thoughts of this game. Is there really much to say, Dan? I mean, the Buffalo Bills, they're on a 5-game winning streak, and they have not really won convincingly, right? They haven't really won where we're like, whoa. I mean, like the Ravens, the way they beat the Dolphins was convincing, right? The way the Ravens beat the Lions was convincing. The Ravens are a convincing team where the Buffalo Bills haven't really convinced anybody anything other than they win. And that's all that matters is winning, right? You can win ugly as long as you win. Like if they go up against the Steelers and win a weird game 16-13 W and it's ugly, but they move on to the divisional round and face their next opponent and it's an ugly W again, and then they go to the Ravens and they beat the Ravens in an ugly way and they go all the way to the Super Bowl and win ugly. Is anyone going to be complaining about them winning ugly, Dan, or are they going to be saying the greatest story ever told? So that winning ugly thing doesn't really make sense to me. It's just about winning. And I think that the Bills, I mean, how can you not pick the Bills to win? To be honest with you guys, I don't want the Bills to win. Everyone's calling me a Bills meat rider all of a sudden. Fuck the Bills. You know what I mean? Literally, screw the Buffalo Bills. I love all Bills Mafia fans. I love all you guys. But you know what your boy's doing. Room for the Steelers. Let's go Steelers. Go, baby. Black and yellow. Shout out Wiz Khalifa. Pull off that upset. Come on now. Listen, bro. I think that I'm just playing around. I had the troll with Bills Mafia. I'm just messing around with you guys. But in reality, the Bills are going to stampede them. They're going to win by over 3 scores. Enough said.
All right. Yeah. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Honestly, I did say going into this that this is probably the perfect opponent going into Buffalo. I just ended up seeing a super chat in a bit earlier saying that the weather report has changed to like more like 10 to 15 mile an hour winds with Buffalo. For everyone from Buffalo, you do know that these things can literally change with the snap of the fingers. So we, quite frankly, don't know exactly what we should be expecting. But regardless of what weather we are anticipating for Sunday, we know exactly what the Steelers are going to do, what their offensive game plan is. They're going to be running the football. Since Mason Rudolph has taken off, has taken over, has taken control, they are running the football 61% of their snaps by itself. The good thing is, which makes me actually feel very comfortable, is that the Buffalo Bills have only allowed 100-plus over yards from a running back twice this season, once from Breece Hall on week 1, and then once against Travis Etienne against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. So far, this Buffalo Bills team has done an exceptional job at being able to stop these running backs. And it's not because we have this next-level run defense. It's because our offense ends up taking control, and it has to switch up the mentality for these teams that we're going up against to reverse or to revert back to the pass game. This Pittsburgh Steelers team, make no mistake, they're not winning because of Mason Rudolph. They're winning because they're literally running the ball, dude. Like, they are literally rushing the ball like 30-plus times for the past 3 or 4 games, in which that they are going to continue to do. What we need to do defensively, and even from our offense, is that we need to take it out of control where that game plan needs to go completely out of the window and put the ball in the hands of Mason Rudolph. He does not have elite accuracy whatsoever. He's putting the ball in the right place. And the reason why he's being so successful is just because no one's expecting them to pass, because you're literally feeling like you're watching a 1940s version of football. It's pure ground and pound when it comes into this offense by itself. Now, when it comes down into the offense, as mentioned, TJ Watt is gone. You still have Alex Highsmith. You still have Cam Hayward on that, front seven. They run that base 3-4. So I do expect that Josh is going to have a bit more comfort, although that Highsmith is not someone to be sleeping on by any stretch of the imagination. But I really want to be able to see him take advantage of this secondary, because the secondary is banged up to all hell. One guy's basically been playing with a torn pec the entire season. Minkah Fitzpatrick is not healthy. I do not care what anybody says. This guy is on his damn last leg. And then really outside of their DBs, one of which I forget, Richie, who's like their dog DB. So they're outside the corner. Yeah. Let me get his name real fast. Pittsburgh CB. No, it's not Minkah.
Is Minkah playing?
Yeah. Apparently he's playing. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy up here. Which is surprising enough. Okay, it's Porter. He's probably going to be on
Joey Porter, and they got Pat Pete the vet.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with Porter, he'll probably be a pretty solid matchup with Diggs. But like where I expect this offense to really attack is the middle of the field and the linebackers. The Steelers are terrible against tight ends. And we have two of them who have been playing fantastic throughout the past couple of weeks. Now, it's funny because I was listening to a Pittsburgh Steelers podcaster earlier this morning, and they said that this team's sort of reverse. It's not where you need to run the ball in order to open up the pass game. It's quite the opposite. You need to pass the ball first to open up the run game on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense by itself. There's still some solid players. Like I mentioned previously, they have a great red zone offense. We need to capitalize on points each and every single time. Normally, I say once you're in the red zone, go on ahead and just make sure you fucking get 6. But like if we are literally on like the 9 or the 10 and we're at like 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, this is not the red zone defense to test that out. Take the fucking points, kick the field goal if you have to. Keep on accumulating as many points as possible once you get into these red zone defenses, because they are literally the epitome of bend, not break. They're number 1 red zone defense, but they're middle of the pack when it comes into pass defense and rush defense all across. And that's exactly what I anticipate Joe Brady to be planning for offensively. All right. This game needs to be won by our offense, make smart, complementary football decisions. And this should be as easy a win as we are anticipating, as long as the Buffalo Bills don't shoot themselves in the foot. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks. There's 2 possible outcomes. And so the Buffalo Bills win or the Buffalo Bills lose to the Buffalo Bills. That's the sort of opponent that the Pittsburgh Steelers are. There's no excuse. Let's take care of business and let's welcome whether or not that it's going to be the Cleveland Browns or the Kansas City Chiefs, depending on what happens with the Miami and Kansas City game this weekend as well. Final score prediction. I mean, honestly, man, like final score prediction, dude. I'm saying it's going to be something like 21-10, maybe.
Man.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be something like that. It's not going to be high scoring. I don't believe it will be at all.
Listen, I didn't know Minkah Fitzpatrick was playing. I'm still going to pick the Bills to win. But, man, all that middle of the field with linebackers, Minkah Fitzpatrick, all of that middle of the pack, ranked 16th in pass defense, they've been missing that man. You need to go look at the stats with him in the game. It is a game. He is an ultimate game changer. Buffalo Bills fans should really be concerned that he playing. But I think y'all will still come out on top. But, man, 1 pick six, one something like that can flip this game upside down.
Yeah,
man.
So like I mean, I'm seeing a couple people in the chat being like, Dan, stop being negative. I'm not being negative whatsoever, man. Listen, I know the Bills are a better team, 1,010%. I know that like pound for pound, from a personnel standpoint, this Buffalo Bills team absolutely would dog walk the Pittsburgh Steelers 9 out of 10 times. I'm just making sure that we go on ahead and we play our best ball. The good thing is that I do know that our quarterback is absolutely different when it comes into the playoffs. He has like I'm pretty sure it's as close to a 100 QBR that it gets, and only 4 picks in his entire playoff career by himself. He's typically dialed in when it goes into it. So I got the Bills winning this game. I'm just saying, with the conditions and with how the Buffalo Bills normally play these lowly opponents, I think that it's going to be a little bit more low scoring than people anticipate. But don't get me wrong. Listen, if I tune in right to this game on Sunday and we absolutely dog walk these fools like 40-3, trust me, I will be edging to the highlights the remainder of the night. But yeah.
Okay.
But that's exactly where we're at.
A little TMI. Well, that's your Buffalo Bills and Pittsburgh Steelers preview. And Dan, you better win this game, because if the greatest story ever told ends this way,
it's the greatest
that
story
motto is gone. Just saying.
It's the greatest story.
All this to win the division, to lose to the worst team to make the postseason in NFL history.
At that point, you got to ask: are they the worst team then?
The Steelers,
the greatest story
if they win
ever told will not end on Super Wild Card weekend, my friends. I assure you that.
All right, well, Dan Mitchell, you heard it here first. The confidence levels through the roof. And you notice, if you guys were tuned in to the AFC East Roundtable preview of the Bills-Dolphins game Sunday night, I was there with Dan and TD, and you couldn't even describe the difference of the energies between TD and Dan. Dan, I've never seen him so confident and so firm. When TD was shitting bricks, he was on that show knowing exactly what was about to happen. 70 points, 40. That's what he said. 40, Richie.
Not
40.
Week.
I'm like, give me an analysis, TD. 40.
We had a 4 in the score.
Yeah, 40. No, but it's cool to see, and I'm curious to see TD's level of confidence this week, if it's wavering or not, and I'm excited to get into the Dolphins game next. But before we do, let's get into some of these super chats. Julian, a member for 3 months, says, any update on that TD behind the chair shirt? Really want one. Oh shit, we got to get that.
We need to go ahead and drop it then, man. Gosh.
We need a photo of that though.
They got it. Of it. We need a cartoon of it. And so we need to hire a cartoonist.
We have a cartoonist.
Do we have a cartoon? Since when?
I don't know. Look at our thumbnails. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. We gotta, what we gotta do is that, like, we have to, like, have, so with TD in, so the cartoon version of him and the chair and the score from the Bills and the Dolphins game, like, on top. That would be a dope shirt.
Dan, we are moving on past that game.
Oh, come on, man. Listen, I swear to God, if say you guys were to win that game this Sunday, man, like, we would still be talking about this for another 3 months.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, onward. Dan the man, I just donated to Dylan's fundraiser. Rest in peace. Yeah, super sad. There actually was a Bills player that passed away outside of Hard Rock. This was not football related at all.
Bills player?
No. This was a fan who was leaving Hard Rock that one night. This was not football related whatsoever, from what all of the sort of reports were. I guess it was a road rage incident, but still very, very sad. On my TikTok, Instagram, etc., I ended up showing everybody that GoFundMe. It's getting close to $100,000, which is super cool. Just with Bills Mafia, just doing their thing. Rest in peace, Dylan. That sucks to see that happen, especially after such a great game.
Rest in peace, man.
Family. So Miami can beat Kansas City. We're beat up. A win by Miami would finally show toughness. Fins up.
That's right.
Thank you for the super chat. And also want to give a shout out to John for purchasing a greatest story ever told hoodie. Thank you, John.
Yeah, baby.
And Andrew Johnson. Is that Andy? Andy. I don't know.
I think it is Andy. The greatest story ever told, baby.
No, he got a AFC's champ shirt.
Beautiful.
Hey, man, listen, I know that Bills Mafia has something bigger than a division champion, but like when it comes to this YouTube channel, it means a lot to win the division. It does.
It does. Yeah.
And like TD was so excited to gloat all offseason about it. He really was.
I can't believe we don't have an AFC East champ shirt.
Dude, like
I
TD was ready
saw
to wear
it.
that
I
proud.
saw it. I had my thing ready. I knew what I was gonna wear it with. I knew.
So with TD, so do you blame
You told Paul
yourself?
to do it.
So do you blame yourself for like instituting the curse on your team for telling Paul to design?
I
the Miami
didn't
Dolphins?
curse the team. This team.
So was it you
cursed
who did it?
The team cursed themselves, man. Tua
The
cursed
team cursed themselves. Got it.
But he gonna redeem himself this weekend, and we gonna applaud him for it.
Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious.
All right.
Palumbo. With the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. Go Bills and go AFC East. Been watching you boys for years. Master, if you can get Drake or Caleb, who you want? Well, Tyson is not here anymore. He's got rings in our face, flexing on us. So when Masterwork gets back, we'll ask him that question. But I think he's going to say Caleb Williams. I don't want to speak for him, but if he's been consistent, if he hasn't changed, if he had the first overall pick, that is, I think he would take Caleb Williams. But I've seen a lot of mock drafts taking Drake May first, which I find interesting. I've also heard some people say that like Jaden Daniels could be the best. I mean, trust me, as a person that's been in the draft for a quarterback for many, many years, just know that like nothing's guaranteed. Like as good as a draft prospect looks, there's so much that goes into it beyond just the physical part. It's a mental, it's the culture of the team, it's the supporting cast. I think it's more mental than anything, especially when it comes to a quarterback. So we shall see. Hopefully, if any of those two goes to the Patriots, they suck. All right. Lee with the $5 says, been tuned in TD for 4 years and just caught on to Roundtable last year. Salute, guys, from Pompano Beach, Florida. Let's go, Lee. We appreciate that, bro.
Hey, brother, we appreciate you, man.
That's awesome, man. People tuned in. I love the show, bro. Go Jets. F the Patriots. Lewis! That's what I'm talking about. JETS, we rep even when we are out the first week of the off season, and we got 12% Jets fans in the chat. Jets fans, if you're watching right now, spam the Jet emojis in the chat. Let them know that we still here, even though the off season is here, okay? Because we're about to remind the people who we are. We're about to reload in the off season, and we're going to stay healthy, okay? That's what we're going to do next year. We're going to stay healthy, okay? I'm going to cross my damn fingers because that's all I want as a healthy quarterback, bro. At least give me a season with Aaron Rodgers sucking than him going down again. Okay, just play.
I can't stop thinking though, Richie, about the Jets event week 1 when we did the event. I can't wait for next. I actually can't wait for next year's event. I actually want to come up there, man.
Hey, man, we got big events on the horizon for all the people that came to the week 1 event last year. Jets, Bills. We have multiple events upcoming for this upcoming year, and we obviously don't know the schedule yet, so we can't tell you what the dates are. But we're gonna try to do an event multiple times in every city if we can, if not 3 of them or 2 of them. But it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
And I'm still planning on going to the draft. And I did see that super chat, so I want to answer that question. I want Caleb Williams. I'll tell you who I don't want. Penix Tagovailoa.
Penix?
Bruh, the comparisons are uncanny, bro. In big games... bro, he looked like Tua, bro. He looked like lefty, injury prone. Bro, I even read a scouting report where he got like some mental health issues too. Like nothing against people with mental health. I have mental health issues, as you can see. But bro, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. I'm out on Penix, bro. I actually like I got fooled, bro. That was it the Orange Bowl or whatever bowl it was? He looked amazing, but when you played against that Michigan defense, that Harbaugh defense, man, he looked like a fish out of water, bro. I wouldn't touch Penix. I think Penix is gonna fall like to the second round now, man. I think he really did himself a disservice.
I was listening to people today, and they were talking about the Dolphins should draft Penix. He's just like Tua, but he's bigger and a little bit more mobile. I'm like, why
is everyone so obsessed with a left-handed quarterback?
He does have his comp even before people compare him to Tua, not just because he's left-handed, because he has an injury history too. And I do believe when I watched the national championship game, you can see, man, he was struggling throwing receivers at people's feet. He did not look like the Penix that I watched this season, man. I don't know what the hell happened to him, to be honest with you.
No, yeah. So with TD, like you and I have had this conversation, and this is me being as objective as possible, and I'm putting my hatred for the Dolphins aside. If I was the Dolphins GM, what I'm doing is that I'm letting Tua walk, test free agency, and I'm setting over my first overall for Justin Fields, or I'm getting Kirk Cousins on this team.
Tua's under contract, 5th-year option.
That's going to cost you like 20.
So it's already been taken, the 5th-year option.
So it's going to hurt you more to pick up that option. It's going to hurt you more, TD, cap wise.
I don't know. That's
$24 million, bro, for just one season of a prove it deal, bro. I honestly,
they already got him locked in. He's guaranteed the 24.
I didn't even know that he was on the 5th-year option.
No, the 5th year is next year.
Next year.
And so I didn't know that. And so I didn't know that they already exercised it. Okay, well.
Listen, none of that matters. They are going to give him a big contract. They are going to screw up. And I'm going to tell you this now. I don't mind giving Tua a big contract, but make sure he proves it. It wasn't, see, this narrative that all he needed to do is prove he could stay healthy is the biggest fallacy ever. You are seeing every single year him collapsing at the end of the season. It wasn't just about health. That was a big factor, but he still had questions every year at the end of the season. And another thing, his arm strength and accuracy is starting to show to die out as the season goes along.
Also heard that he has been healthy, which is a kudos to him, but I heard that it's kind of hindering him because when he needs to freelance and make plays and take a hit, and you know what I mean? I heard that, he's able to stay healthy, but because he's afraid to get hit. Like when you see Josh Allen and other quarterbacks like put their body, he's afraid to put his body on the line to make a throw that he really needs. And I honestly believe, and this is my honest opinion, it's not over yet, right? Because if Tua goes out here and he has a chance, TD, he has a chance in the playoffs, bro, against Kansas City, against Baltimore, wherever the story ends with the Miami Dolphins this season. It's not over, bro. If he goes out there and he can prove the naysayers like me and Colin Cowherd and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, he can prove everybody wrong by going out there below a 5-degree temperature to beat Mahomes, bro, in a wildcard game, beat Taylor Swift, beat Kelsey, in Arrowhead, bro, in the cold weather, bro, that it's going to be so fucking cold, bro. I don't think you guys really realize how cold -7 degrees below zero with wind chill, bro. It's going to feel like -20 out there. And I'm telling you right now, if Tua can pull this off, even if he just wins one playoff game, ends your drought, with all the injuries and all the adversity and everybody doubting him, I'm telling you, I'm going to say it right here, right now. If he goes out there and does what I think he's capable of doing, he deserves a contract. And I'm not saying that because I don't think he could be a long-term solution, but I'm telling you, bro, if Tua goes out there and has a magical playoff run, he can change a lot of people's minds.
Here's the problem. The Dolphins can go pull this win off. It's not going to be easy with the run game. See, Tua can go have one of those 140-yard games, 60% completion, 1 touchdown, but we ran for 200 yards and we balled out and controlled the game on the ground and we win. And people are going to lose their mind. Pay him. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're in a situation where we got to put the game on your shoulder. You got to prove it
like against the Bills.
Moments. Exactly. And we get fooled too often. This Kansas City Chiefs game could very well be 130, 160-yard game, 1 touchdown by him, led by the run game, and we think that it's him. No, this is the problem.
Let me ask you this, though.
Him carry this team when we need him to do it in the clutch moments, in the big stage, in the big game.
And listen, I know that the weather is probably not going to make this likely, but what if the game becomes a shootout and Tua has a phenomenal game, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, but Mahomes just gets the ball last and wins the game in the end, and the Dolphins lose, but Tua balls out?
So against the second best defense in the NFL?
That's all relative because
it's
Oh,
it's a
what if-
hypothetical.
Hypothetical?
What if with
Yeah,
like
hypothetical.
2 minutes remaining,
see
they're down 41 to 35, and Tua leads the Dolphins down and throws it to Waddle for a game-winning touchdown, and he's balled out all game, no turnovers, and he's the reason. He literally does something you've never seen Tua do before. Like it's nothing scripted. Like the pressure,
And then Sanders misses the point after, and you lose.
Okay,
Bro,
it's
no,
all.
we
Let
don't know that.
me help y'all understand something about the Dolphins Tua Tagovailoa's evaluation. It's all about the behaviors on the field. Okay, it's all about the behaviors on the field. If I got a freaking DB jumping around and Tua sailing it high deep, and we go catch a touchdown, just like the Baltimore 6 touchdowns last year. It's all about the context of what happens. I need to see Tua in the clutch moment make the big boy throws, leading his team to victory. I need to see him in a moment of being down and your team needs you the most and the game is in your grasp, just like it was in Buffalo. I need to see that version. See, we keep on mixing the team with the scenario of winning. This running game has led this season. Tyreek Hill and Waddle has led the early portions of the season. Go look at the last 6 games, and this passing game has been terrible. Terrible. Go look at his stats in the first 9 games versus the last 8. Night and day. Night and day. And you have to ask yourself why. This is why I don't get caught up on the broke clock being right twice a day. That doesn't do nothing but set you up for failure. And this is what I don't understand about people. Let me use an example. Josh Dobbs is a bum, okay? Let me say that before I start.
Yeah. Say that
But
again.
hold on.
I had to hear from you in the middle of the season.
No. Y'all still would have been better off, in my opinion.
No, we would not have. No, we wouldn't have.
I'm not here to debate that.
Still would have lost.
No, and that may not be true, and here's why. Let me use Minnesota for an example. He comes in, he gives them 2 magical games and does something, right? Then he comes and he gives you 2 terrible games, and his career is over. Josh Allen done had 2 terrible games like that this year. See, the thing is, we don't appreciate sample size either. We look at guys that weren't anybody, and they show you a wonderful, magical moments, and then all of a sudden they give you 2 bad moments, and it's over for them. But the Josh Allen has done the same thing. Sometimes guys just don't get the fair opportunities in the larger sample size to be able to prove themselves. Every single quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has done it this year. Had Josh Dobbs 2 bad games. Every quarterback in the NFL pretty much has done that this year just about. And this is part of the big problem in the NFL. You don't know what any of these guys is based off of anything when you don't even allow everybody to get a fair, even sample size. It could be against the best 2 defenses in the league. You look like trash, but like the Jets, they made a lot of quarterbacks look bad, right? This year. A lot of elite, quote-unquote, quarterbacks. You get one guy in there and they look bad against them, but then all of a sudden, one random week, a bad quarterback can look good against the Jets, right? It happens, right? And then all of a sudden, it happens. But you see,
not this year.
Mac Jones against Buffalo.
Not this year.
I mean,
I'm just saying,
example,
but we've seen this in the league. We've seen teams that have a great defense just randomly get lit up. San Francisco 49ers, one of the best number 3 defense in the league with points allowed. Lamar came in and just destroyed it. You wouldn't have thought the game would have went that way. That's the problem with the NFL and evaluating quarterbacks. It's so temporary momentish instead of looking at the whole career and their behaviors, the things they do well, the things they do bad. Sometimes the Chiefs might come out in a cover 2 wide open zone and we'll be asking, why did they do that all game? But they gave up 400 yards to Tua. What, I'm supposed to live off of that when I know that he can destroy that type of defense? I'm supposed to say he's a franchise quarterback now, pay the man, when I know that he destroys that defense against any team that runs it? And dumb on them for running it? That's the problem. I done seen enough of him. I know what it is. Whether he has a good game or not, I already know what time it is. Now, you want to prove something? Beat the Chiefs and then beat either Buffalo or Baltimore, because I know they're going to put you in your weakness. Overcome your weakness. Prove you can overcome your weakness, then we'll talk. Tua, I mean, he didn't play that well.
The thing with Tua, TD, I'm going to tell you one thing, bro. There's only one scenario, bro. You beat Chiefs, beat Baltimore, beat Buffalo. This stretch that y'all can go through. Tua has to be the reason why, bro. You're not beating, bro. Kansas City's not going to play how you think they're going to play. They're going to make Tua beat them. They're not going to just be like, well, obviously, if Tua's not doing anything, they're going to run the ball. Just like Buffalo switched their entire defensive scheme in the second half, which is why they HN got stuffed, and they made Tua be the reason why. He's like, we're going to lose because Tua beats us. If you guys win these playoff games that you guys think you could possibly do, there is no scenario to where Tua wouldn't get credit for that, bro. There's just none.
Well, I already know that.
Are too smart.
But I already know that. But that's the problem. It's going to be a fallacy. We're going to be going through years and years and years of thinking that he's him because nobody paid attention to the behaviors in his game. Let's go back to when we lost to the Chiefs earlier this year. Tua could have easily had 4 touchdowns in that game. If Tyreek didn't drop one, he didn't fumble right before halftime. But he still threw the picks, and he still didn't look that great, but it would have been a win. If he has that exact same game in the playoffs, we're going to think he's great. But look at what he put up at the end of the season. The Chiefs have been bad this year. Now, the defense has been good, but at the same token, the Chiefs, Tua can put up numbers against the Chiefs. I go back to his rookie year, 4 touchdowns or something like that, going back and forth, a shootout with Mahomes. But that defense was also in a cover 2, just giving the middle of the field wide open. But
so you're not giving even Tua a chance, bro, to prove himself. You're pretty much saying nothing could, even if we win, there's no way my evaluation of Tua could ever change because you've seen enough of him to where
this ain't the game for him to tell me something. This ain't the game. The game after that, either one of those opponents, he does something in those. That's the type of defense that exposes his flaws. Now show us you can overcome your flaws. The Chiefs don't expose his flaws. They just play tough defense on the wide receivers. And they make them look bad. And that's the issue. I know his behaviors. I know what he's good at and what he's not good at. The Chiefs aren't going to expose him in that sense. They can still make him look bad just depending on him. But the Chiefs aren't going to expose that.
There's only 2 quarterbacks that have ever beaten Mahomes in the playoffs, bro. There's
when
2.
Has Mahomes played in wild card week?
He did it. Tom Brady did it, and Joe Burrow did it, bro. I don't think
has Patrick Mahomes played in wild card week? This is a new precedent.
Yeah, but it's at home too. But bro, you're playing in below freezing temperature, and you can keep saying that this isn't the same Chiefs team, bro. When I tell you, bro, even the Chiefs from last year wasn't even that great. If you really look at their regular season combined,
they play better than they are now.
The Chiefs in the playoffs is a different beast team. You're underestimating them, bro.
I respect that, and I understand that. I'm not discounting that. But again, this game ain't gonna tell me nothing about Tua. See, let me ask you, Master Word. Let me ask you this. Tua goes out there and he has a good game, and it's supposed to tell you everything. Then he plays Buffalo the very next week, and he throw 3 picks and throw for 120 and look like a bum again. I'm supposed to say that the Chiefs game told me something?
Yeah, but we're looking too far down the line. You got to stick to one game at a time.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's always been the problem with Tua. Everybody only sticks to one game at a time. You don't look at his overall.
TD, dog. This is the playoffs.
The playoffs don't matter. The only thing that matters in the playoffs is who gets to the Super Bowl. And then you look at all 3 or 4 games.
Exactly.
You look at all of it. In order to get to the Super Bowl and win it, you got to do it in all the games.
I'm out here defending Tua, and I don't like Tua, and I don't think he's a great quarterback. But here's the thing, bro. If Tua has a chance to prove a lot of people wrong this weekend, no one's going to pick the Dolphins outside of Dolphins fans, okay? And this is to be honest here, right? You're going into hell. I don't think you realize how tough of a game this actually is on paper for the Miami Dolphins as a whole. If Tua gets the ball, and you are down, and he leads you down with 2 minutes left to give you the same exact scenario against Buffalo, but against the Chiefs, but even tougher because he's on the road, he's dealing with that weather, and he leads you down and he makes the throws that needs to be made to win that football game. He throws a game-winning touchdown, or he does some like crazy type of shit that you ain't never really seen Tua do, and he's clutch, bro, in the playoffs. And his, by the way, this is his first playoff game, his first playoff game, because the way I evaluate quarterbacks in their greatness is how do you perform when the level of toughness is at its peak. And when it comes to the playoffs, this is how I judge Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and all those quarterbacks, right? And even Josh Allen is on that list. His first playoff game, if he's doing something that we don't see him regularly do in these big games, and he pulls it off in his first ever playoff game with all the pressure on him, and he beats Kansas City, bro, I'm telling you, bro, then the sky's the limit now, because now he's proven he can get over that first hurdle. So who's to say he can't do it again, bro? You act like this is an impossibility, how no matter what happens, or even if we win, Tua doesn't really get that much credit because it's a team. No, bro, Tua gets the fucking credit, dog.
I didn't say he wasn't going to get the credit. We are talking about his long-term, who he is as an overall player. It will be a smokescreen, one good game, putting the ball in spots, and it worked out because Kansas City defense folded. That's what it will be. We're going to give him the credit. We're going to praise him. But I have seen him long enough to know exactly who and what he is. And at the end of the day, you will be on this round table laughing at me afterwards every week.
Obviously, I will. But except to the fact that I'm going to bring this up again. This is his first playoff game, bro. Legends are made in the playoffs and the road to the Super Bowl. He's never had this opportunity, and this is his fourth season. All that regular season shit that you see him, who's to say he wasn't saving all this shit for the playoffs, bro? If he goes out there and has
Tua saving his miraculousness.
I'm just saying, bro. Legends are made when it matters. Joe Montana, Joe Cool, like all this happens when everybody's watching. All that regular season that happened, he lost the division, bro. I'm gonna tell you what's even more impressive. If he actually pulls this off, despite the fact that he didn't win a division and going on the road as a tougher challenge, bro, as a 6 seed to go in, and let's say he does it this week. Who's to say he doesn't do it against Baltimore or Buffalo? And you're right. Go into this magical run.
And you're right. That's how legends are made. So whatever happens in this game, it doesn't make him a legend. Then when you play Baltimore or Buffalo again, now you get an opportunity to prove it. And if you do it against them, then my whole take changes. You see what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, the Chiefs ain't telling me nothing because I know who he is.
I hate to do this, but I'm going to bring it up, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. If I like Tom Brady's first playoff run and going up to that regular season, if you really look at not his numbers, I don't care about his numbers, but if you look at his play style, even after that, even with the 3 Super Bowl rings in 4 years, bro, people said he's a system quarterback, right? He's a system quarterback. He's a product of Belichick. It wasn't until 2007 and they got Randy Moss and they got all this high-flying offense that he became the Tom Brady that everybody respects now. Tom Brady had some moments in that. He didn't pull up crazy numbers in that first playoff run, but he made the plays that mattered in those games that got us to where we won that Super Bowl against the Rams. Right, he didn't put up crazy numbers. Now, I understand this is a little bit different, right? Because you do have a Tyreek Hill, you have a Jalen Waddle, but I'm going to cancel it out just based on the fact that you have a injury slew across the entire team, bro. Like Hill's not going out there 100%. Waddle's not going out there 100%. Mostert's not going out there 100%, and the offensive line isn't 100% either. And the defense is not going to carry you either because there's too many injuries on there. You literally had to bring in the nursing home of the 2019 Pro Bowl of like the pass rushes because you don't have enough on defense to counter what the Chiefs are going to be doing. So if Tua pulls this off, bro, he needs to get the credit, bro. And I understand you say you're going to give him the credit.
Yeah, I don't understand why you keep saying he needs to get the credit. He'll get the credit.
You can't dismiss the fact that Tua is going to have to do something that only 2 quarterbacks have managed to do against Patrick Mahomes.
Too much emphasis
Joe
on that.
Burrow and Tom Brady. There's a lot of there's so many quarterbacks that have
putting way too much emphasis on that.
Folded.
I got to take
much emphasis on that.
I got to take on this myself. Now, I think I'm going to have to lean a bit more toward TD. I definitely understand he deserves credit, say, for example, that he could beat the Kansas City Chiefs next week. As far as me saying, okay, he deserves a massive extension moving forward, I'm going to need him to win 2 playoff games.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
With the supporting cast that he has, because here's something that I truly believe is true, right? What Tua has been playing with for the past couple of weeks is likely what he will be playing with 4 to 5 years down the road.
Money.
Right? Just one good receiver, maybe a good running back. Because right now the Dolphins have a lot of very expensive players, and once their contracts hit, it's not going to be sustainable. So what everyone's looking at right now is that they're looking at Tua. If he were to get his money, this is the sort of supporting cast that he would have. This is how he is currently playing. And you can tell the key differences. What TD was saying, look at the first 7 games of the season and then look at the last 8. It's screaming that it was supporting cast that was helping him out achieve those numbers, go into it when they were healthy, they were high flying, they were going into it. So I need to see 2 playoff wins this year with the current cast that he has, the banged up offense, in order for me to be able to justify, all right, Tua, I'm about to make you a top 3 paid quarterback in this league. That's me.
Here's what a lot of people don't understand about our quote unquote, all of our injuries. Yeah, the defense is done. They're cooked. But the offense didn't suffer this year. Let me go through the good players. I'm talking about good players, and almost all of them Pro Bowlers or alternates, by the way, that are on the roster right now that are going to be playing this week. And remind you, when I go through this, I am going to read off 10 of them on offense. Okay? Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Devin A-Chain, Teron Armstead, Austin Jackson, Robert Hunt, Durham Smythe, and Alec Ingold. The only person we're missing from the beginning of the season on the offense are 2 offensive linemen. One of them was Connor Williams. He was great. The other one wasn't nothing. He wasn't even good. We're missing one guy that mattered, Connor Williams, on offense. Now, guys have been bouncing in and out of the lineup, but we got our offense pretty much intact coming into this game. Now, when you say, yeah, but they're not going to be 100%, ain't no player in the NFL right now 100%. A lot of guys playing this weekend banged up. We got our full arsenal for the most part, with the exception of Connor Williams. He's the only one on the offensive side of the ball that we will be going into this war with Kansas City without. And we're talking about we're the greatest offense on serve, breaking records. Of course you should be able to do something in this game. Of course you should. And any Dolphin fan know it. You can put in the chat right now, who else outside of Connor Williams will this offense be missing in this game from the beginning of the season? Please let me know the offensive player that ain't going to be there. Our high-flying 70-point offense. Tell me the one offensive player that won't be there outside of Connor Williams. They all will be there.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna be healthy like that, bro.
Who is healthy at this time of the year? Everybody been banged up in the NFL. Everybody's been banged up. They sat Waddle out the extra week to get him even more healthy. These guys are ready to play. They're as healthy as they can be at this point of the year. There ain't nobody going to be doubtful. Ain't nobody Waddle and Raheem Mostert, they're likely to play. These guys are ready. They've been banged up even early in the season. Some of them were rotating in and out. This is normal. Our offense is intact. We have all of our full arsenal. And guess what? Whoever ain't healthy, we got a starter that is. If Waddle ain't 100%, Tyree is. So when I went through that just now of 10 Dolphin starters and good players, let me add on that on the whole roster. Javon Holland, Ramsey, Wilkins, and Zeiler. For those who don't know, I just named to you 14 players out of 22 starters that are legitimate Pro Bowl or alternates, good players. Our roster right now banged up is better than 70% of the NFL's roster starting the season. Starting the season, our roster right now. The problem that people don't realize with all of our injuries, we had way more talent than you could imagine because a lot of these guys are young and on rookie deals. A lot of those guys. We had more talent. We had the second best roster in the NFL starting the season. So when guys start falling like flies, all it did is start just bringing us down to where everyone else was. That's why I don't look at it as an excuse. Now, our defense, once again, they're cooked though. Our major areas on defense, they are cooked. The cornerbacks and the defensive ends. But offense, I don't want to hear it.
Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, the defense cooked. I'm not going to say nothing about the defense. They are cooked, but they still cause the Bills to turn it over with 4 downs at least 5 times in that game. So they're still making plays. Our offense are the ones who are suffering right now, and who's leading that offense? But now he's going to have Waddle and Mostert back. He has his arsenal to go up against a struggling Chiefs. I actually think we are going to win this game. That's the point of this. I know I like really, truly non-trolling or just Dolphin fan. I think we're going to beat the Chiefs because I look at how we lost last time and we shot ourselves in several occasions. And I feel like we are the better team, especially with these guys coming back. But if I'm going to evaluate Tua, I'm going to do that the week after because none of this matters anyway if he loses this weekend. So we'll get an opportunity to evaluate him against real competition, whether it's Buffalo or Baltimore, regardless. And we all know what's going to happen in that situation. Unless it's Buffalo, then we probably will beat them because they can't beat us 3 times in a row.
I got a question. Fucking nuts. You're nuts. You're wild. You're dude. I can't believe that even came out of your mouth.
You'll see. And then Tua will show me he's that dude.
We'll see every single
when
time.
He beat Buffalo. Then he'll show me he's the dude.
That. Listen, I pray to God that you guys somehow salvage a couple of wins and see us again because that is the easiest path to the Super Bowl in the face of the planet.
Well, we're winning this weekend, so we're going to see one of you. And I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all we're going to beat the Chiefs. I'm telling you we're going to.
So I got a question. I watched Hard Knocks last night, TDE. Do you think that the players are starting to tune out
Mike
McDaniel because he keeps saying the same thing? And like people are saying that he's corny. Well, JPP, there's rumors that came out that JPP wasn't a locker room guy, which is why he left. But there's players within that. I mean, I've heard some rumors saying that they don't like they think Mike McDaniel is corny, bro.
Like, yeah,
I feel. And so I see the facial expressions on Hard Knocks as well. Past couple of episodes, man, they seem checked the fuck out, and they're not laughing at his jokes anymore.
I'm concerned about that, bro. I
think he lost the locker room. Is what
I think what we saw. Yeah and no. Here's what I think it is. Everybody knows the rules. He gave the team a rule at the beginning of the season, and that's have your teammate back no matter what. And that's why you see the elements of Tyreek always defending Tua. Everything is positive. Every player's grade. There's never been a negative, right? Which it should be that way. But he is corny. Let's just call it what it is. And now he's starting to, at first it looked like a little message. Okay, ain't nobody really feeling you like that. Nobody really even, it don't even look like people vibe with him. They just tolerate because he's the head coach and let's ride with our head coach's message. But now I kind of watched Hard Knocks last night and I felt like he's at home getting ready for Hard Knocks. That's kind of how I felt. Like,
I gotta watch it.
What am I gonna say on Hard Knocks because I know I'm gonna be on camera? I kind of feel like he's preparing for his speeches to that degree now. And the team just sitting dull there. Like, man, go ahead, put on your show so we can get outside and practice. So I don't think he's losing the locker room. Those guys are competitors. They're ready to play. They want to play. They're going to play. But at the same token, I think that they're starting to lose the confidence that his message is the reason why they had success and or failure. He hasn't been the reason. And I think that they're starting to feel what I've been telling everybody, and Colin Cowherd said this recently, which he's been 100% on. People need to understand the Dolphins' success was due to talent. People do not realize how much talent we got on this freaking team.
He's too much of a player's
Really
coach.
Yeah, but
player's coach.
But we're winning games on talent. When we line up every week, Panthers, we don't even have to execute well. But we got so much talent, it's going to overcome you at some point. Giants, these games we started out slow. Some of them we started 14-0. We were down. And we end up blowing them out. Our talent, it's what's been carrying us. That's why as it starts to dissipate, we have been losing. But it's not because of the injuries itself. It's because the less talent, which means you're not coaching well, because this roster still is as good as any. Look at how many guys we got that's talented. Outside of defense, we're screwed. But look at the offense. Why has the offense changed so much? Averaging 33 points a game, and you could barely put up 17 averaging for the last 6 weeks. Why has that drastically changed when the talent's still there?
Is it the opponents though? Is it based off who you're versing? Because you were beating up on the bad teams very well, which is going to inflate that 33 points per game. But then when you go up against some really good teams at the end, the offense isn't as good. So is that just a talent?
You're right. You're right on, Richie. It's talent and who you play. I've been studying this crap. It's behaviors. You see them on the field. You see the behaviors versus the good teams. You see the behaviors versus the bad team. Chubb is out here getting sacks all day against the bums. And then he play a good team. Only one team he had a decent game. This is what guys are doing. They out here eating against the scrubs, running the numbers up. You play a great team and everybody look like trash. And the Van Ginkel's the only ones getting sacks against great teams and all of that. And I've been studying this freaking team. I know us. We have been living off of our talent. Why hasn't Mike McDaniel coached this team offense to maintain a high level of efficiency? We are no longer the fastest thing on surf. This offense doesn't even look like it's average anymore. You got to go look at what we've been doing on offense. Look at how many points we've been scoring. Y'all, man, I'm telling you, bro.
The one thing I've noticed the biggest on Hard Knocks, because it's like I watch a lot of Hard Knocks on every year. I think the biggest difference to me is McDaniel versus every other coach like Saleh and even Belichick's football life is that you never see McDaniel ever when he's talking to players telling them what they could fix or what they did wrong,
just
or
motivate
this stance, or you got to lay off the receiver. You never see him actually coach. You just see him either joke around or make some type of comment. But if you watch all the other hard knocks, even with Saleh with the Jets, bro, he's literally not just motivating, but he's literally telling players what they can and what they can do better and what they can't do. And I don't see McDaniel coaching up players, bro, not even on the sidelines.
I've seen more Dolphin stuff than you, we would agree, right? Yeah. And I've never seen it. He walks around to each unit. I have never seen him come to a defensive player. Hey, make sure your pad level, because I know that's what you're working on. Mm-hmm. I've never seen him go to the running back. Now, he may be doing some stuff in meeting rooms and stuff, but I've never seen it just out in the open. It's not to say he's not doing it, but you're right. It's something we never see. Mike McDaniel is a manager. He's a manager.
He's a glorified coordinator.
I think he's going around to each unit and making sure the coaches are on it. And you see what I'm saying? I don't think that he's in the trenches.
I saw yesterday when he's
not
walking
in the
around.
Trenches. He's not in. He can't be in the trenches.
But here's the thing: you can't fool those players, bro. They know they're there, yeah. So they know what's going on. Like that's why I think they're starting to be like, this guy ain't it, man.
He's their friend.
I don't know how his rookie
somebody said in the chat, he's their friend.
Yeah, I mean, wait, so TD, not only are you losing faith in Tua, are you slowly losing faith in McDaniel as the future? Because what do you want, right?
No.
A Super Bowl win. You want a championship. Is McDaniel the guy to do that, to bring you there?
I don't know. And let me just briefly, because I know we've been on this for a long time, let me briefly elaborate on that. And again, I'm not losing faith in Tua. My evaluation of him is what it is right now. I'm waiting on him to change it. His evaluation and my thought process of him is always open. Just go change me. because I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it fair, at least on my channel. You know, I rave about him. But we having real talk right now. But McDaniel, on the other hand, on McDaniel, on the other hand, I can't draw the conclusion, just like Matt Edwards just made a great point. But it's still speculation because we're not in there, right? But it's a good observation to keep our eye on. But at the same token, I feel like here's the issue. McDaniel is handcuffed. If he's a great coach, I just don't know yet. But if he's a great coach, then the only way he's a great coach is if he's handcuffed right now. What do I mean by that? The only way he was going to get that job was due to his promise of making Tua a franchise quarterback. That's the only way he got the job. He went in there and told him he could make him a franchise quarterback. How did Mike McDaniel make him a franchise quarterback? He looked at all the film. He sat with Tua and he said, here's a bucket of things you do great. Here's a bucket of things you don't do great. These things you don't do great, we're going to ball them up, put a lock and key on it, throw it in the closet in the back corner under there. Because we can't make them disappear, but we can hide them. But this is what you do well. And we're going to multiply this by 100 and do it all the time. And what did McDaniel do? You could pass the ball. We're going to utilize your accuracy and timing. And that's all we're going to do. And guess what? When you play the Panthers and all those bums, they in that shell cover two, leaving the middle of the field open, and Tua's just doing it like work. It's nothing. Oh, it's beautiful. Tua cooking, and he does. And I tell everybody, you run that cover two zone without man press on the outside or nothing, you're getting cooked by the Dolphins because it's too easy with all that speed. And as soon as he runs into Buffalo, as soon as he runs into the Eagles, as soon as he runs into Baltimore, who are scheming exactly to his strengths, he can beat them. But in order for Tua to beat him, he got to go in that little closet, unball them things he don't do well, and he got to prove he can do them well. And McDaniel ain't working on his weaknesses. What kind of coach don't work on your weakness to get you to be a full player? What kind of coach does not help start to improve your weakness? They're not improving Tua. They're just showing you more of what he does well, so you think that he's been improved because the stats and everything else has gone up. He's not better on the outside the numbers. He's not better whenever guys are in man press coverage with safety help over the top. He's not calling audibles. He's not checking the line. He's not calling his protections. He's doing none of that, and they're not teaching him to. Y'all saw that camera on top of his head when they showed it on Hard Knocks. You know Tua's spot throwing because the camera's above his eyes, and I can't see nothing out there. Did y'all not see that footage from Hard Knocks with the camera?
I was like, man, people were like, man, I guess NFL quarterbacking really is as hard as
it
looks.
It's because he's short. It's because he's short. We're getting a vantage point of a guy who cannot really see the field. That's why he needs his windows. You remember a year ago where they got frustrated in that losing streak at the end of the season? He said, well, if I can't see you, you need to get where I can see you. And they start talking about you got to have the lanes. And go look at that same Hard Knocks film. You see the lanes. You see the lanes where the offensive linemen are blocking and you got lanes. He got to throw in those lanes. That's why Mike McDaniel attacks those seams and in the middle of the field. He can't even see over the line of scrimmage because his
But it is a skill, bro. Bro, you can say what you want, but that's a hell of a, bro, because there's not quarterbacks out here that can pinpoint a throw with accuracy.
That's his strength.
Like I said, there was a throw. Was it earlier in the season where I said that's probably the greatest throw I've ever seen a quarterback ever make? I think it was at the back of the end zone.
The end zone dropped it right in.
Brady couldn't do that. Manning couldn't do that, bro. There's quarterbacks in the history of the league that can't make a throw like that.
Tyson.
So that you're to have that strength, bro. It's really, really that's a huge thing, bro, because not many quarterbacks can do that.
But what good is throwing the ball like that when it comes with no processing of the field? You're just throwing it. This is why
But he can learn to process the field.
How you gonna process the field when you can't see? How you gonna process something you can't see?
Because, bro, in my opinion, I think McDaniels has like you said, I think he has him handcuffed. Bro, I guarantee you this, bro.
Why do you think he have him handcuffed?
Learn how to process the field.
Stop. It's for this man finna go into year 5 next year. You talk about they not even working on it with him. He can't
because
see
they're not expecting it from him. They just assume that he can't fix it.
Exactly. If your own coach don't in your front office don't think you can fix it, it is what it is, bro. All I'm saying to you is 90% of his interceptions are like, why did you even throw it? Because that ball's coming no matter what. How many defenders do we have to talk to in an interview that say one thing about Tua, that ball coming no matter what? It's coming. Go look at his interceptions. They're not the normal tipped at the line of scrimmage all the time. The wide receiver bobbled in.
Another thing, why doesn't he ever throw the ball away too? That's another thing I never understood. Every quarterback throws the ball away except him.
Because he's spot throwing. When you're spot throwing, you don't care about what the defense is doing. You're just trying to put it in that spot. You're not evaluating the defense in your progressions. You're not processing the field. You're just making sure be where you need to be. Make sure the timing is right. He's not thinking about throw the ball away because nobody's there. All he's looking at is this. This is how easy the offense is. Hike the ball. If the safety starts backpedaling, fire it, because that end breaking route should be there. That's all. But he's not looking at the linebacker from the opposite side coming to pick it off like they did in Baltimore. This is what he does. You just said it yourself, Tyson. Why doesn't he throw the ball away? Because the ball's coming no matter what. It's coming. So
things like that can be fixed, though. You just need the right coach to fix it.
All right, so McDaniel ain't the right coach.
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't think so. The way, because the offense has been working so brilliantly so well this season, to where why would you want to fix something if it ain't broken? But I do believe he needs to, in the offseason,
fix Mac Jones
put
problem.
That in the arsenal.
You can fix Mac Jones' problem.
Oh, man, no, bro. He's broken, bro.
No.
And not only that, bro, if Mac Jones could pinpoint a ball like Tua could, then I probably would see something in him. But he doesn't even have the accuracy Tua does. So he doesn't have anything at this point. He doesn't have athleticism. He doesn't have accuracy, and he doesn't have an arm. So you really don't have nothing to work with anymore.
No, I'm just messing around with Mac Jones. And let me just address this in the comment section. Every quarterback throws the spots, TD. We know that, but you're evaluating the defense to make sure your guy's going to get to that spot before the defender. Tua doesn't do that. It just goes to that spot. Total disregard of the defense. He's only in year 4,
bro. TD, it can be fixed, bro. You just need, I don't know if you need to switch offensive coordinators or something.
Listen, you already got your way.
No, I'm being honest with you, bro, because that's something you can fix.
Stop.
You can fix something.
Tua will never carry us over the top. He will never carry us over the top like that. He'll win a miraculous game once every 8 of them. He'll win a clutch critical game. Do you understand this man has had 8 critical games in his career and lost every single one of them? Every single one of them.
Trust me, I follow you guys. Hey. I know everything, bro.
So moral of the story, Tua sucks. Now let's hear about the Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. That was a 45-minute
that's what we were doing.
Rant.
I don't know what that was.
Preview.
I'm just going to give my quick prediction.
We're going to beat the Chiefs.
Because we've been on this. I'm just going to give my prediction. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout at all. The point spread says it all to me. I'm telling you, bro, I'm picking the Dolphins, dog. And as much as I don't want to pick the Dolphins, I'm telling you, bro, I believe in this, bro. I don't know, man. The way TD's talking, bro, something ain't sitting right with me, bro. I think this kid deserves a chance, man. No, and I believe, like, if we've had, my opinion would be different if Tua had been to the playoffs before and he's done the same crap that he's done against Buffalo in a lot of these late season games. But I just feel like, bro, and I watched McDaniel's Hard Knocks thing about him overcoming alcoholism, which I really respect. I think that's something very commendable. And the one thing that I love about it is the fact that Tua and McDaniels are made for each other, bro, because both of them have been through some shit and adversity, bro. They seems like everything you throw at them, bro, they find a way to overcome something. And I think this is a starting point for Tua. I'm going to predict the Dolphins in an upset win, as much as it pains me to do, because I don't want to see you win a playoff game. I just think that something ain't center right with me. How everyone's not giving you a chance. The script has to break eventually. And I do believe that Tua, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do believe the Dolphins and Tua, they're going to pull off something that a lot of people are not expecting them to. So I think they're gonna win 23 to probably like 23 to like 19. And I think it's gonna be because Tua leads the Dolphins down the field on a game touchdown with like under 2 minutes left in like a 2-minute drill.
I can see that happening easily. I don't disagree. As a matter of fact, that's exactly probably how it's going to happen. Tua's going to have a game-winning touchdown or something like that. That's exactly how it's going to happen.
And you sound like you'll be mad when that happens.
Because I know what time it is. Now, if he go out the very next week and beat the next team, then everything Master at Work said just now was 1,000. Dang, you were right. I ain't see that coming, but he has arrived. But anyway, yeah.
Damn.
All right. Dan, what's your prediction?
So here's the deal, man. When it comes to the Miami Dolphins, they're banged up to all hell, especially in the front seven. The pass rush is going to be very, very weak. And then you're also going up against the Kansas City Chiefs offense, where each and every single wide receiver has a stick of butter as a finger on each of one of their hands. They lead the entire league in overall drops. All right. It's like 44, I think, out of like 657 pass attempts. One of the two. So the problem is that when I look at the Dolphins' history when it comes into games below 50 degrees, they're 0 for 5, right? They don't perform well in that weather. And quite frankly, I really don't think that's going to be much of an advantage to Kansas City either, because literally, remember, everybody, every single NFL player, vast majority of them are in Florida, Texas, warm weather states by itself. This is not going to be comfortable for anybody, especially since they're really only experiencing, 4 or 5 games like that per year when the temperatures get that cold by itself. But with the lack of pass rush that I'm seeing from Miami, I think that Pat Mahomes is going to be able to make it work. It's going to be freezing. I haven't seen anything when it comes down into wind by any stretch of the imagination. That defense is, second best in the league for points overall scored. I mean, they're allowing like 19 points per game on average. They're better than the Bills. I believe that they're second only to the Ravens. From there, I really don't see the Dolphins scoring more than 21 points during this game. I think it'll be close, but I have the Chiefs winning like 28-17.
And the Bills aren't third, by the way. San Francisco is.
San Francisco.
All right. What was that final score, Dan? Sorry, I missed it.
Hater.
I said 28-13.
Hater.
Chiefs.
Tua putting up more than 13 in this game.
Think so.
Yep, 3 touchdowns.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's your predictions for the Chiefs and the Dolphins. I mean, listen, my final take on this game, I don't know. First of all, anything could happen in the playoffs, and upsets can happen. And there's obviously a path for the Dolphins to win, but like, I'm just keeping a buck with you guys. Like, it's hard for me, after watching the Dolphins play football in these past few weeks, rationalize how they can win this game. And that's not me. The problem with that is I come off as a hater. It just comes off as like I'm hating. But like even like an objective NFL fan, I'm sure would agree with me on that. Seeing how they went up against the Ravens, they beat the Dallas Cowboys, which is definitely impressive because I think the Cowboys are going to have a run in the postseason. But when you match up against a team like the Chiefs, who they lost to earlier in the season, right? The Chiefs only beat one good team this year, and that happened to be the Miami Dolphins, right? So I think that the weather is definitely going to be a very weird element of this game that people got to keep a close eye on, because the one advantage I think that will go the Miami Dolphins' way is going to be the run game. And it's up to Mike McDaniel to not abandon that. I think that they got to use the run, maybe not like fake right and go left and then fake left, go right like every other time where it gets a little bit predictable, because I feel like the Buffalo Bills caught on to their run scheme in that second half. But definitely try to run the football. Don't abandon the run. Maybe go up the middle a little bit more, including your outside zones. Do some play actions. But I feel like the offense is going to be the differentiating factor, because you're going up against a tough Chiefs defense, right? The whole talk about the Chiefs is like, oh, Mahomes and the offense looks like not the same old offense. They're not good anymore. But like the Chiefs defense, they're real. They got Chris Jones. All right. They got dogs on that Chiefs defense. And I think that this is going to be a really big opportunity for the Miami Dolphins to get that monkey off their back, right? I mean, you talk about getting a win against the Cowboys. That was like, we finally beat a good winning team. But now this is one where you got to win this playoff game, man. Because Dolphins fans, I'll say this to you guys, and you can agree with me here. You lost the division. That was disappointing. But you definitely don't want to lose in the playoffs and say that we still have a 24-year straight losing streak in the postseason. Like, that is something you just want to get rid of. So they have to play with, like, everything's on the line. Because everything is on the line when you're in the postseason. So if I'm the Miami Dolphins offensively, I'm not abandoning the run. I'm sticking on the ground. You set up the play action. You set up the RPOs. Maybe avoid those ineligible players down the field a little bit, because I feel like the Dolphins offense is getting a little messy a little bit in the things that I've noticed. And I think that they have to find their identity again. Yeah, all those offensive explosion games they had throughout the season was definitely against subpar opponents, and they haven't really found themselves against a good defense, but they really have to find a consistency here. And I think that the elements could work in the Dolphins' favor by being creative a little bit, by maybe do some, the traditional Miami Dolphins Wildcats. I don't know if they still do that with Mike McDaniel, but growing up, that's what the Dolphins were. And I feel like just getting this is going to be a trench warfare in a game that's negative 8 degrees or whatever the heck it is. I think that this is going to be one of those games where I don't really expect Patrick Mahomes to light it up, because I really do think that the Miami Dolphins have an extremely underrated defense, even with all the injuries that they got. Unfortunately, Phillips goes down and then Chubb has to go down. I mean, Vic Fangio's had this defense progressing as the season goes on. I think that they're ranked as a top 5 defensive unit in the NFL, which is so weird to me, because you pair up a top 5 defense with what this Miami Dolphins offense is supposed to be. Like, when I think of the Miami Dolphins offense, I think of an elite level offense. I think of one of the best offenses in the NFL. I think it's an offense that's so hard to stop. But then I'm watching them recently, I'm like, are they that good? Or am I just like completely like missing something? I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's the opponents they're going up against. They're good enough to make the bad teams look so bad, and they're able to run up the score where it inflates the numbers so much. But when they go up against really good teams, they're not that same team. So I think their defense could be their carrying element in this game, because we all know Patrick Mahomes is not the same quarterback this season. Ever since Taylor Swift came into Travis Kelce's life, he's kind of got that Taylor fever, or whatever you want to call it. Andy Reid, I still believe in him as a great head coach, but Patrick Mahomes can only do so much when your wide receivers are just not getting open and they're dropping wide open passes. But at the same time, I'm sorry to keep it real with you folks, but this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. And dare I remind you of who Patrick Mahomes is real quick. He has never, ever not been in an AFC championship game in his career in the NFL. Do you think you're going to be the reason to send home Patrick Mahomes? Because, boy, let me tell you, that would be a big feature. And I know the whole debate between Tyson and TD about if this win's going to do anything for Tua, but bro, you got to look at this opponent. You got the Kansas City Chiefs, and we all agree the Kansas City Chiefs do not look the same, but they just won a Super Bowl last season. And all the Chiefs had to do is win their division and get into the postseason, and I think everything's going to work in their favor for Kansas City. And I'll be honest with you guys, even before I knew who the opponents were, I always said to myself and said to my friends, I'm like, bro, a lot of people are sleeping on the Chiefs. I feel like they're going to make a run low-key in the AFC. Like, watch them just get back to the AFC title game. Just watch them do it. Go up against the Ravens. Like, I just feel like that's going to happen. And that was before I saw they're going up against the Dolphins. It's not like just a Dolphins hater thing. It was just how I felt about the Chiefs, because everyone's so excited to see their downfall, because the NFL is a sport where it's not like the NBA, whereas the NBA has like the same team every year in the finals usually, whereas the NFL is kind of different, and everyone's getting sick and tired of these Chiefs. Like, all right, my God, Mahomes again in the title game, Mahomes again in the Super Bowl. Like, can we get a new AFC representative? And I understand that. But let's not forget who they are. They have championship pedigree. They kind of remind me of, like, the Rams this season, where the Rams are going to Detroit, and people are high on the Rams because they got the veteran quarterback. They got the Super Bowl winning coach. You're going to Arrowhead. Arrowhead is a Super Bowl place, okay? So that's going to be a tough environment to win in. And I wish I can say with confidence that I could pick the Dolphins for you Dolphins fans. I really do. But I can't until you prove me. If the Dolphins go out there and beat the Kansas City Chiefs, I promise you Dolphins fans, depending on your opponent, I will maybe pick the Miami Dolphins to win. But they have not won a game in 23 straight seasons. So I'm someone that's just predicts off what I've seen in the past. And that's not to say the Dolphins have no shot in this game. I really do think they have a chance to win this game because they should be pissed off. Because let's not pretend that the Dolphins had the Bills beat. They did. They had the Bills beat, and the Bills just took it from their hearts with that punt return to tie up the game. And Josh Allen took over that fourth quarter.
We gave it to him.
The Dolphins had him beat. But at the end of the day, the Bills are the one that won the game, and they get all the credit. I'm not taking anything away from the Bills' win there, but the Dolphins still played good in that first part of that portion of that game. So it's up to Mike McDaniel to have this team prepared. It's up to the players to play all four quarters, and it comes down to Tua Tagovailoa for me in that fourth quarter. If you're in that same spot, you got to get a touchdown to tie up the game or win the game, or you need a field goal. You got to step up to the plate. So that's my thoughts of this game. I really think that it's going to be a close one that goes down to the wire. I think it's going to be like a low-scoring 21-17 game.
And another thing, and I hate to do this, but this has to be said, man. Dolphins fans, if you lose this game, I honestly believe it's because the 12th man and the Zebras are going to take it from you. Look at the Chiefs playoff runs, bro. Look at their Super Bowl runs. If you don't have to believe it if you want to, but look at even this season, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro, the NFL is going to do everything in their power, which is why the Dolphins are going to win this game, bro. You cannot, and I do mean leave it up to the Zebras, bro, to decide a game like this. You're going to have to take that motherfucker. And I don't want to hear no excuses either because this happens every year now. The Chiefs literally got handed a Lombardi last season in the AFC Championship game against Burrow. So late in the game, if Mahomes has the ball, bro, do everything in your power not to hit that motherfucker out of bounds, bro, because they are going to throw that flag. Don't be holding on to Kelsey. Bro, y'all got to play disciplined football, bro. And I do mean disciplined football. Because I'm telling you, if it comes down to inches or a flag, I'm telling you right now, that flag is going to get thrown in the favor of the Chiefs, bro, when it comes down in those late game situations. So you're going to want to do everything you can, bro. You got to play disciplined football, a clean football game, bro. Don't give the Zebras even a reason to try to take it from you. And that's just facts.
It's got to be complimentary football each and every single drive going into it, right? I mean, refs have certainly stolen games, but if there's drives where like y'all go out there and just like have a repeat of the second half of last week where it was just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, there's no excuse because you already know that these referees are going to favor the Kansas City Chiefs.
You have to take their heart, bro. You have to take their fucking heart.
In fact, you know what? I'm actually curious to see who is officiating this game.
That's their work. You hate the Chiefs more than anybody, don't you?
He does hate the
Dolphins more, but I promise you this, bro. This is why I have to.
Definitely his two least favorite teams.
This is why I don't have many problems.
He hate the Chiefs, man.
Oh yeah. I definitely trust me. I hate the Chiefs, bro. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The one thing I hate, and I'm a Patriots fan, so I know a lot of stuff has gone in our favor. Oh,
TD,
who is it?
Mm-hmm.
You have Brad Rogers.
Oh shit.
He's the fucking worst referee, especially going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I
don't think y'all understand. We're on the script. We're on the script this year.
Listen,
no, TD.
If you're talking about
Taylor Swift,
if you're talking about the worst possible officiating lineup for this game in favor of Kansas City, it's fucking this dude and his officiating team. He is flag happy. Don't be surprised if y'all give him like 9 flags.
There's somebody worse, bro. Bill Vinovich. He's worse.
Bill Vinovich that's the one that I was thinking about.
Bill Vinovich, who's been a bitch. He's the one who did this. He's the one who called the Saints and Rams NFC Championship game, that holding call. Guess who didn't throw that flag? Bill Vinovich. He's the one who refereed the Chiefs and 49ers Super Bowl. He refereed the Chiefs and Bengals. He threw that flag on the late hit on Mahomes. That wasn't really even a late hit. He's the one who decided the Super Bowl last season and threw the flag in favor of the Chiefs when Juju Smith-Schuster got held. So you actually caught a little bit of a break because Bill Vinovich is actually the worst referee you could have gotten, him or Dean Blandino. Dean Blandino is another mafia crook. So be happy you ain't got neither one of them bums.
Well, that is interesting, man. I cannot wait to see what happens this weekend. We got a lot of super chats to get through, and then we got the Patreon, and then we got the Bills roundtable this week. We got the Dolphins roundtable this week. I don't even know. Do I do a Jets roundtable? I mean, what are we doing?
Absolutely. Talk about
Absolutely, man. You talk about and so you talk about Aaron Rodgers getting fired from the Pat McAfee show.
He didn't get fired from the Pat McAfee show, Dan.
It's all
hey,
for football season.
Why did Pat McAfee say that it's a country of free speech, but those speeches have consequences? It ended loud. I mean, basically what he said, it sounded like that it ended terribly, and I don't think he's ever coming back.
Jimmy Kimmel ripped Aaron Rodgers.
That's not true.
A new one, too.
Well, that's what Pat McAfee said. Like
Pat McAfee, I don't know if you saw his tweet. He broke down that Aaron Rodgers his time with the Pat McAfee show for 4 straight seasons ends when his season's done, which the Jets are now done. So it's been that the same structure every single time. So the timing of it was kind of just like that. And he tweeted that. I don't know if you saw Pat McAfee's tweet, but he broke it all down that he's not fired from the show. He's welcome to come back, and he's going to be on this usual show again next year.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, Richie. The reason I'm telling you, bro. Listen, he said that on ESPN. This wasn't like Pat McAfee's not on ESPN anymore in Disney. There's stuff that Rodgers said, and I've listened to some of the stuff he's saying, bro. There's certain stuff I understand, bro, but there's certain stuff, bro, you just can't say, dog. And you can't say it on ESPN of all places where everybody's watching, because Pat McAfee has a huge audience, but it's even bigger now that he's partnered with ESPN. Richie, you are naive to think that Rodgers, that there wasn't some behind, and plus like the lawsuit.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. Bro. I'm just saying that like the timing of it is ironic because every single year the Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays ends the week after he's done in the season. That's just always been that way. But I'm not saying that all the stuff that he's saying isn't.
Can you at least agree that Rodgers really is like an habitual line stepper when it comes to shit that comes out his mouth?
Yeah, he said he speaks his mind in a platform that's so massive, and he just doesn't give a shit. That's his thing. He doesn't give a crap about what anybody has to say. He speaks how he believes, and then has such a thick skin where wherever everyone comes back at him, he just handles it. I mean, that's his way. Whether that's right or wrong, that's another conversation. But that's just who he is.
No, I'm saying it as a purely like there's certain stuff you can't say on certain platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like he's free to say whatever he wants, but now you're on ESPN. See, it's different when he was with McAfee, when McAfee was just on YouTube and streaming. Now that you're with Disney and ESPN, bro, people, you know what I'm saying? You got more eyes on you. This is certain stuff that ESPN is not going to allow on their platform, dog. And if I promise you this, Richie, next season, Aaron Rodgers won't. And with McAfee on ESPN, I promise you won't see Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee show anytime soon, bro. Unless there's like some type of clause in the contract to where there's certain stuff topics you just can't touch.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend the stuff that he says because I kind of just like separate myself from that stuff. I listen to what he says about ball, and that's it. But listen, what he's saying is obviously controversial, and I agree that what he's saying should not be said on ESPN, and I think that ESPN should step in and say something. But all I'm saying is the idea that Pat McAfee fired Aaron Rodgers simply is incorrect. That's all I was saying.
He just better be careful in that dart retreat this year.
I'll be joining him.
Well, y'all better come out.
You'll be joining them. Sleep on darkness retreats, TD. Come on now.
Did you agree with what he said about the organization? Like what did he say again? Richie, something about the organizations. You got to get the trash out. So I can't remember the quote, bro. He said something. About
flush the bullshit. I mean, listen, he was in the building for the first time this year, so he got a good idea of what the Jets culture is. And let's be straight up. The Jets don't have a winning culture. They don't. 13 straight years and no playoffs. So he noticed the losing habits, and I'm happy that we have someone that comes from a winning organization, the Green Bay Packers, that noticed the losing culture, because there's some certain standards that happens within teams that the Jets obviously have a problem with that leads to their incompetence. And maybe Aaron notices it, and maybe he's going to attack it and go up to Joe Douglas and Saleh, say this can't happen. And I'm someone that I think I value Aaron Rodgers' opinion in the football mind. I do. And if he thinks that this needs to be changed to go out there and help us win, he's our only chance. like for the Jets right now. In my eyes, it might sound sad coming from from a Jets fan and saying like he's our only shot, but it's really true. And I know it sounds desperate, but like the Jets are a losing organization. They've been losing my entire life. I don't know what it's like to be happy as a Jets fan. And Aaron Rodgers is a guy that is a very, very excellent football brain. Outside of the football stuff, that's all controversial mess I don't really tip my toes into. I'm just talking to him football. When he said that, it just made me realize like, yeah, there probably is some bullshit around this team that they do that just needs to get out of there that leads to winning teams, right? Like Bill Belichick obviously has set a standard, and right now it's fizzling out because how long can a culture last, right? 20 plus years, that's kind of pushing your limits there. But Bill Belichick set a standard and a winning culture and a winning habits into that team where you are a Patriot. It's a way of do things that leads to success. It leads to victory. It leads to winning every single season. The Jets don't have that. So I think that's just Aaron Rodgers' way of noticing what we're doing, and I don't know what they are, and trying to flush the bullshit out of the facility. Because I think what doesn't translate to helping this team win needs to get out of there. So that's what he meant. So who knows? The whole team can suck next year. I don't know what to say, guys. This Jets team drives me nuts.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is what the Jets should do. I think they should. What would you do if Harbaugh was interested in coaching the Jets? Would you fire Saleh?
I mean, Harbaugh is definitely a hot commodity right now, and I would, but the Jets won't. I mean, Saleh is coming off, coaching the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL, and then coaching the 32nd ranked offense in the NFL. So, Aaron Rodgers is our only saving grace of saving this team. It really is, because if you plug in Aaron Rodgers with this team, I guarantee you they're not 32nd. Maybe they're in the 20s, but they won't be 32nd. And is that enough to get into the playoffs? Who knows? We shall see. Because this entire offense is Aaron Rodgers. We know Hackett sucks. Adam Gase was not the reason why Peyton Manning was good. Peyton Manning was good in Denver because he was Peyton Manning. So that's why Aaron Rodgers is literally going to change everything for the Jets. And I don't really expect anybody to have high expectations for the Jets. And I kind of have so much more comfort in that. Because last year, I'll have to admit, I was so uncomfortable hearing like the national world hyping up the Jets. I'm like, bro, what? I'm not used to this. We're supposed to be the underdog. So I'm happy that this year everyone's going to doubt the Jets and say Aaron Rodgers is washed and the offense is going to suck anyway, and we're going to miss the playoffs again, because that's where I'm more comfortable as a Jets fan, to be honest with you guys, because those expectations were drowning. All right, let's get into the Super Chats. Austin with a $10 says, love what you guys are doing. Thank you for providing such enjoyable content. I think what makes your show special is the fact that you guys seem really close outside of the show. Yeah, we actually don't talk at all, only on Wednesday nights.
I don't like
nights.
none of these guys.
Yeah, we hate each other.
I blocked them all on message.
Now, you bring up a great point, Austin. We got a group chat. We hang out, not together because we're not in the same area, but we're in contact literally every day. So
Richie calls me like 8 times a day.
I know Dan gets annoyed.
I don't
No,
like
I
none
don't,
of these
Richie.
guys.
No, I don't, Richie. I love your calls, man.
They ignore me,
I know.
bro. Every time I say something, they don't. It's like, I ain't even there, bro.
Mess at work takes the weirdest time.
He's texting himself.
No, I don't, bro. Y'all be texting the weirdest times, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh yeah. No, man. Yeah.
See, this is why it's great. Look at that dynamic. This is what I'm talking about. We got a winning culture here. See that?
I don't like none of them.
Yeah. This brand is winning coach.
We don't got to flush no
Winning
bullshit
culture.
in the round table. Alyssa, Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. He will win the AFC East for the rest of his career.
Stop.
Yes, Alyssa.
Stop.
Speak it.
Okay,
Speak the
I'll have to be
truth.
honest. If that's true, I'm out of here.
You're
Well,
out of
we
here.
can't-
You're retiring.
We cannot let Dan Mitchell be 17 straight division champions on this AFC's roundtable, whatever the case.
Josh ain't playing those 17 years. He be done in 8. He coming up to that point. Don't worry.
You
Don't
think so?
worry. The next 2 seasons, he gonna be so bad he can't even get a backup job.
Dude, you've been saying that for 3
Come on
years,
now.
bro.
His career
Saying that for
trajectory
3 years.
starting to
You'll never
remind me
learn.
of,
You'll never
John
learn, man.
Elway.
Listen, I am just ready once again. Fast forward a year, ladies and gents, and you are going to see the exact same sound clip that TD said last night about how Josh Allen's a great quarterback. He says it. He said it for the past 3 years in a row around this time this season. He'll say it again next season and onward. He never learns.
Well, I'm going to predict the Bills will lose the division because I'm manifesting a Jets AFC East Champions t-shirt next year. Whew, come on. I can't wait to go back to my delusional ways. I missed that. Actual Buffalo forecast: 24 degrees, 12 to 15 winds, and 9% precipitation.
Southwest.
It's definitely going to snow. Tell you that.
Yeah,
I mean, the Bills are used to that.
I mean, I've been reading 50-mile-an-hour gusts. I've been reading a bunch of stuff like that too. But
Alex says the Bills were a loss to Miami away from being 7th.
it's y'all fell ass backwards into the playoffs, fool. And so you don't even deserve to be in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Jacob with the $2, and then he comes out saying, "When is the NFC East roundtable starting?" Great question, Jacob. We're going to try to launch all the other roundtables through the off season to get them all ready to go for the 2024 season. It's not easy to launch everything, as you guys know. It's a lot for us, so we got to figure out a structure. And that kind of reminds me, I kind of want to show you guys a cool image now that we're on this topic, because some people, are well in tune of what we're doing here on Roundtable Sports, and I feel like this is something I did want to share with you all because it is pretty cool. Here it is. Boom. Just give me 1 second. Do you know what I'm about to show? Anybody?
Nah, what you about to show, Richie? It's a
I'm
surprise.
surprising Dan.
Jets.
All right. Come on, TD. I'm like, you're going to beat up me.
The logo.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
So,
No.
this is our schedule for Roundtable Sports, if you guys did not know. So this is only going to get bigger, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, Mondays, AFC's Roundtable every Monday at 6 p.m. for our weekly recaps. Followed that up with a Roundtable Sports game show titled 3 and Out. And then Tuesday night, we got AFC South Roundtable at 7 p.m. EST. NFC West Roundtable follows that at 9 p.m. EST. And then Wednesday, we got the NFC North Roundtable going right into tonight's show. And then tomorrow, we got the Jets Roundtable at 1. 5 p.m. is Bills Roundtable. Is it 5 p.m., Dan? Because I didn't know when I made this.
5 p.m. EST. Yes,
It
sir.
is. It is 5. Great. Yeah. And then Fridays is the Dolphins Roundtable at 7. So this is the Roundtable Sports schedule. This is only going to get added to it. So if you guys want to screenshot this or maybe we'll post this on social media in case anybody is interested in staying tuned of when we are live on all the other channels. We appreciate that, guys. So that's the Roundtable Sports schedule. Pretty cool stuff.
Hey, Richie, should we show them the you know what?
We can hold that. I think I have a plan for that launch.
All right. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
We can tease
Smash
it though.
that like button if you're excited.
Smash that like button if you're excited about what Dan Mitchell's talking about, man.
Yes,
the
sir.
official logo of Roundtable Sports, baby. It's Roundtable Sports Network. Dare I say. Let's freaking get it. All right. Good luck, Dan. You all right, TD.
Good luck, Dan. You all right, TD?
Izzy says, Buff, Cleveland, Kansas City win. Cleveland beats Baltimore. Buff beats Kansas City. Let's effing go. Izzy.
I'll tell you what. And so the greatest story ever told does have the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns going for the AFC championship.
Is that so?
That's the story. Formerly known as that bum Josh Allen. It's been a while, gents. I totally understand. I got a kid on the way. TD, got any tips? Should I avoid raising her as a Finns fan so she's not as disappointed as I am every weekend? Ouch.
It's in your blood, man. It's gonna be in here. It's gonna go through her. She's gonna be all right because we got Super Bowls in our future. She's gonna grow up with Super Bowls. So, when is she? I don't know when she is coming, but hopefully she can make it for February this year, this Super Bowl. If not, she'll witness it next year.
Don't give up on Tua yet, TD. Don't give up on him.
I'm not giving up. I'm just waiting on him to just give me something to say. Hey, I'm just waiting on him. I ain't give up.
Luke says, me and my girlfriend watch every episode. Look forward to every show and have been watching from the start. Fins up. Hope to meet you guys one day. Luke, that's awesome, man. We appreciate that.
Salute to you both, Luke. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Funny story, actually, that Paul told me. Last week, remember the video we showed of Paul shipping out the shirts? So one of our listeners, one of our watchers, I don't know if you're watching right now, apparently he knows of me through this, and his girlfriend watches. Now you guys have to follow along. Paul's girlfriend, our merch guy, Paul's girlfriend's actually a very famous YouTuber. She's an influencer. She has like 80,000 subscribers, and she knows me through there. So like a boyfriend and girlfriend like met, and they were like, wait, you know Richie? Oh, you know Richie through this? So it's like a Roundtable Sports, and like that conglomerate met in the middle. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was really interesting because this reminded me of it, that me and the girlfriend watch every episode. So we got even the girlfriends tuning into Roundtable Sports. Everyone's welcome. It's freaking cool. The worlds are all just like interconnected right now. It's pretty cool stuff. Shout out to Brooke Mooney, by the way. She's the content creator, Paul's girlfriend. She does a great job. David with the $10 says, if Tua shows his ass in this game, I say put in Mike White the way Tua has looked in the second half against press defense in last couple games. I say let White work. I want a win. Fins up, not give Tua a chance. So you want to give Mike White a burn?
That would be pretty embarrassing if like Tua's playing so horrible and they put in like they bench him in a play. I don't think they will ever bench.
They won't do
that
it.
would be just too much for him to bench him in a playoff game unless he gets hurt. That's the only way that'll ever happen. But no.
Chris says Devontae Adams to New York. Let's go Jets. Oh yeah, it's already official. Devontae Adams coming to the Jets. He liked the tweet
trade, right?
About I mean, I'm joking by the way when I say that, but I do think it's very possible. Garrett Wilson is changing his jersey number from 17 to 5, which is his college number. He announced this last year. This isn't anything new, but that opens up number 17 for Devontae. So there's a lot of speculation. And our punter, Thomas Morstead, posted a tweet of him handing that number 5 because our punter is number 5. And Devontae Adams liked the tweet, which obviously let Jets fans go on a frenzy. And we're like, oh my God, Devontae's liked a tweet about Garrett Wilson changing number to 5. He's coming to the Jets. And obviously Aaron Rodgers is a big reason for that combination. So, hey, bro, if we get Devontae Adams and we have Garrett Wilson and Devontae, sign me up for that. NFL ref says, TD Bills talk had me dying on Monday. Only thing more shocking would be if Tyson shows up as master as surf.
Hey, if Tua win this, he got to. If Tua win this game, he might as well.
Fun fact, the Miami Dolphins had a 1-5 record against teams that ended up making the playoffs. By contrast, the Bills had a league-leading 5-1 record against playoff teams. Tough road ahead for Miami. Appreciate that. Quote, last play of the game to win it. Tua steps up, throws, and it's underthrown by 25 yards and intercepted. Sneak, pick 6. Tua sends himself home. Is that going to happen?
TD going to throw his chair out the window, bro. We might get another classic TD moment. Bro, TD, I don't even know how the hell you would react if, like, you guys are, like, have a chance to win it and Tua does something like he did against the Chiefs the first time. Your reaction, like, I don't know, you might have to have your wife on standby, bro, so she can save you, dog.
You know,
man, that commenty better be right there ready.
I talk to myself every week, and I kind of say, you know what? No matter what happens, I'm gonna be calm and accept it, because it takes a toll on me. It really does. I'll be like kind of like worn all week, and something about the game when it started, I just love watching it, and we be doing okay, and we're in it, and we got a chance. And when that crap happens, man, it's like the hurt of all hurts, man. Y'all don't understand. It's like this was supposed to be the year, and we still got a chance. We still going to the Super Bowl, baby. Oh no, I'm holding out hope. You never know, though. Things can happen. You never know. We in it, so you don't know.
NFL,
now you're 100% right. You are 100% correct.
Right.
So yeah, man. The Tua, man, and
don't beat yourself up too much.
But every time I give him a chance, I say, just do this. Just do this and we good. You're the guy. And every time, it never fails. And hopefully we get our first one. I don't know if we will, but hopefully we do.
Good luck, TD.
Yeah.
Master Work speaking facts about Tua. Love the take. This is coming from
everybody deserves a chance, bro. Even the team that I hate.
Well, he's gonna have a chance.
Take a chance.
He's gonna have a chance no matter what.
Tua is nothing. Brady is the GOAT. I'm saying this as a Dolphins fan. The comparison doesn't work. Preference doesn't change facts. Something Tua and Near should learn. I feel sick complimenting Brady. You should.
I mean, even the biggest Brady haters can't really say much about him at this point, especially with the way Belichick has fucking sank this franchise.
I hate that guy still. As a Bills fan, I agree. I don't want to hear about injuries. We have been dealing with huge injuries on the defensive side of the ball, so I agree with TD. Yeah. Jason with the $10. Tyson is a Pats fan. He knows what team needs to do to stay in mediocrity so his team can rise above. Don't take the bait. Rebuild now before they draft a franchise quarterback. I love it.
He just trying to use us to beat Mahomes, and then he know what's going to happen to us. That's all it is. He told y'all.
I can't see the Chiefs win again, bro. I just can't.
He told y'all he going to make a hype video to boost y'all up, and he already working y'all about defending Tua. I'm telling you. Y'all going to see.
That Tua video going to be crazy, bro, when I drop it.
I can't wait to see it. The Chiefs are Tyson. The Finns are Buster Douglas. Formerly known as that bum Josh Allen. TD, I feel you, bro. The KC win will leave us in mediocrity for years with a Tua contract. If we can't win the second game, I don't want the first. Well, thank you so much for the super chats. You've been very active. And that's that. That's so interesting, bro.
No, I mean, I want the first. I want the first.
You need the first, bro. You haven't won, bro. At least get it off the back, bro. That way, just win a playoff game so you don't have to have that narrative hanging.
Yeah, I want
that narrative to be heard. Like, bro, like, do you want to keep hearing that from me? That you haven't won a playoff game in 24 years?
If the Lions win their playoff game, bro, and the Dolphins don't win, bro, you are literally in sole possession of the longest drought in the NFL now, bro. The Lions are really the only team that's keeping y'all right there, bro. Like, oh, but the Lions are worse. You don't trust me. You want to win a playoff game.
We're going to win this game. We're going to.
Yeah, I mean, I can't rationalize any Dolphins fan saying let's lose so we can get rid of Tua. That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. The Dolphins' coldest ever game was 10 degrees at Arrowhead in 2008. The Dolphins won 38-31. The cold is an overrated storyline. Go Bills.
Bro, that was 2008, dog. Y'all are 0-7 last game under 40 degrees. 0-7.
David with the $5. Are we living in a twilight zone? Master at work was arguing for Tua and picking Finns. Sweet baby Jesus, we about to lose by 50.
Nah, y'all ain't losing by no 50. It's gonna be a close game. You watch.
We're going to win. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Those words, I'm telling you, has come to the opposite so many times, CD. I'm just telling you.
This is an optimistic. This is an optimistic Dolphin fan. I'm rooting for him. I'm telling you, we're going to win this game.
So what was last week?
That was me hopeful. I mean, I knew what was going to happen. I couldn't lose hope, though.
So that's.
I told you the Bills was going to win out. You got to do is go to my show, and I told them 6 weeks ahead of time. You're going to look up, and their last game going to be for the division, and I don't have much faith in it. Go ask my subscribers.
Well, that's what I've been asking you to do for like weeks now, is to do what you do on that show on this show.
We try not to shame our family in public.
Slippy says the first time that TD felt pure joy with the NFL was when he cosplayed as a Bills fan. He felt like a winner for a brief time.
Yeah,
Go Bills.
Right. My skin's still itching.
Trade Tua to the Jets for 10 years of first-round picks. Fins up. No, thank you. We are good on this side. TD, we're always about to be a thorn in your side. You'll never. We host a playoff game as long as Josh is in the division.
Oh, that's changing. His money really kicks in next year. This is their last chance.
We shall see. All right, folks. If you're just tuning into the show, don't forget to smash that like button. How many likes do we got smashed? Let's find out. A good amount or a bad amount? What do we think? We got a decent amount. We got 502. Let's finish off the show with 700. All right? 700 likes is what we're looking for. So, folks, hit that like button right now for your boys. We greatly, greatly appreciate that. And also, do not forget to click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat and subscribe to the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel right now, guys, that link is pinned in the chat. Subscribe here and also click view all and hit subscribe to all of these channels. We would greatly, greatly appreciate that. More in particular, the NFC West. This is at 840. This is active. This is live. And we're trying to get this up to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to help us out, we cannot thank you enough for all the support, of course. And go subscribe to NFC West Roundtable and Roundtable Sports and all of the other channels. Thank you guys so much.
And
let's
also,
get into the Patreon.
Don't forget Madden, right?
Yes, sir.
We have 15, 16 spots open A lot of you guys have signed up. So, like I said, if you want to join the Madden 24 online franchise, click our Discord link, and all the details will be in there for you.
Yes, sir. Madden franchise, baby. All right, let's get into some callers. Andy,
What's going on, guys?
what's up? What's up,
Not
dude?
much. Just enjoying my division title. Lovely. Hello.
Congratulations.
Andy.
Okay.
You were right. I was wrong.
Listen. TV, I'm not coming after you this week because
you already won.
Yes, well that. But my girl also pointed out a similar fact. We are very similar. We have similar reactions when our team loses, and I had to look at the indent of my closet door from when the Jets beat us in Week 1. So I just want to shout out to your wife because I know what my girlfriend has to put up with when my team loses. She's got to be the realist. I'm gonna tell you that. That's like sincere, no bullshit, none of that. Like to put up with what she got to put up with because I know what my girl puts up with me. You definitely got a diamond there.
Thank you, brother.
That is true.
Also want to point out that wasn't me who bought the shirt. I'll be buying my shirt on Friday when I get paid.
Oh, this is another Andrew Johnson. Or you're not Andrew,
Yes.
you're Andy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that.
And Masterwork, that video was great. I sent that out to everybody I know.
Wow.
We
It was
appreciate
all right.
that, man.
It was all right.
Oh, it was great. Stop it. Especially with Smoke in there. That was probably the funniest part of the video.
He's a character, bro.
He is. And I'm on it. I'm rooting for the Dolphins this week to win.
I bet everybody is. They don't want to deal with
Listen, here's what I know what's going to happen. The Dolphins go out. They're going to win that game. All the Dolphin fans are going to be in the chat next week. Oh, we did what the Bills couldn't do. Truthfully, don't give a shit about that. I need you to win. I want you to beat the Ravens. I need the Bills to be the thing that ends your season in the AFC Championship game. There'll be no greater fucking feeling in the world than for y'all to get to the AFC Championship game in Buffalo and we end your season again. Because once again, like Smoke says, it's always the Bills.
Ouch. Reality just hit. How would you feel? How would you feel, TD? You go all the way to the AFC Chip to lose to the Bills.
No, I would love that because we're not gonna lose. It'll be our redemption. It'll be everything will be redeemed. They better not. They better hope we don't get there. They better hope we don't.
Hey, how are you? How's everybody?
Yeah.
I see that Richie. I see that Richie already thought about the darkness retreat.
I'm in the darkness retreat right now, Lucille.
Okay.
That light was just bothering my eyes. I had to turn it off.
Okay. But
I'm still here though.
You know what? I'm not gonna go completely at you, TD. All I'm gonna say is I was right, you were wrong, and the Dolphins, who we thought they were, and I feel like I'm sorry, but I don't see you guys beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though I would like to see that, I would like it, but I just don't see it just because you guys don't seem like a team that could face this adversity the whole time. So you guys are gonna lose against the Kansas City Chiefs, even though that's not what we all want, but it's gonna happen. And I really want to just do this low key. I understand you think that Chris Greer is the problem, but here's the thing: you also have to look at the ownership because keeping him there because of friend. That's how a lot of ownerships in sports teams get fucked up. Let's look at the Knicks with Richie.
Keep my Knicks out of this. What are you gonna bring up my Knicks?
I'm just saying. Besides this year, this year, it's been your owner that's been fucking you over. You can't even deny
Yeah, but besides this year is all that matters, baby. Woo! Undefeated in the new year. You hate that, Lascelles.
But TD, I just don't see you beating against the Chiefs. But I just like that you collapsed just like I thought you would against the Bills. The Bills are again champions. That means I know that hurts your soul, but it's all your team's fault. You could have dealt with this millions of weeks ago, but you didn't do it. You didn't pull it off, and the Bills now are still the champions. But I'm just hoping you come here like yourself in your other channel and be more humble, because I guarantee if you be yourself in this channel, you will see a better team. Because you come out here and make your team and cause failure, I feel like.
So I'm the reason the Dolphins losing.
I'm not saying that you're the reason. I'm just saying you have a better outlook if you're more like yourself and more like going more when you need to go out your team, go out your team. Not when everything falls down. Not when anything is falling down, you're just like, no, we're gonna win. We're winning all the time. We're winning.
I'll try, Lascelles.
And great song choice for me.
I mean, come on, Lascelles, you have the best one out of anyone. You hear this?
Yeah, that's a good one. It reminds me of that Barry Gibb. What's that very operatic soul artist?
I don't know. Sing it. Maybe we'll remind us. Sing it for us, Lascelles. Lascelles.
Buy everything. Dun, dun, dun.
Keep going.
You're the best. You're one. Buy everything. That guy.
Awesome.
That guy. I don't remember the guy, but really right now I got that because I just watched the Elvis movie. I got that Elvis song stuck in my head. So
Lascelles, man, I just want to say we appreciate you and we love you so much for being a consistent Patreon member throughout the entire freaking season.
Yeah, I'll always be here, no matter.
We know that
the Jets are losing, and my other team is losing too.
Well, Lascelles, we appreciate that, my brother.
Always, bro.
What a guy, bro. What a guy. He started singing. I mean, it is a bop, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Send me that, Richie. I'm going to use that on my OnlyFans.
Your what?
My OnlyFans.
Your only who?
What's your OnlyFans?
What's your OnlyFans?
It's pay to play only. Don't worry about it, fellas.
What the? TD out here. Oh, gosh. All right. Next up. Jimmy Casket.
I mean, like, honestly, are we even surprised that the Dolphins, lost the division? Bro, I told you on the beginning of December, like, that the Dolphins were going to collapse, and they did. We've seen this movie too many times. It's too predictable. We might be in the same position next year, and we're going to know what's going to happen. If the Dolphins fans always going to deny it, but it's always going to happen. Y'all are going to collapse. I mean, y'all were 8-3 at one point. The Bills were 6-6, and you thought you were on the top of the world. You were talking about like the first seed and all that shit, but it all came crashing down. And
Greatest story ever told.
Yeah, it is. It is for this season at least. Like, honestly, like, Dolphins fans, like, you're gonna get eliminated next week. You're always gonna get eliminated. You haven't won a playoff game in like 23 years. Like, I don't even know why we have to discuss, this for 45 minutes. We already know the result. There's no way the Dolphins are gonna win. At that Bills game, we all knew that Tua was gonna throw a pick at the end. We all knew it was gonna happen. That's just what he does. He's probably gonna throw a pick this game as well. Maybe a pick six, fumble. He's gonna turn over the ball somehow. He always does, just like Josh Allen. And at the end of the day, Dolphins fans, they always talk about why are Jets fans coming after them. They're already eliminated. But the thing is, what have you accomplished this season? The only thing you accomplished is having the longest playoff drought win in NFL. Like, because the Lions are gonna win, you're gonna have the longest drought now, longest drought without a playoff win. I mean, at least we got a high draft pick for next season, and we're gonna get Mike Evans in the off season, and we're gonna be better for next season. What have y'all accomplished?
We're about.
Why
to
you guys
accomplish-
acting so high and mighty? You didn't do shit.
We're
All you did
about
was
to.
choke the division on the last day of the season.
It ain't over. At least we in the dance.
It's
We in the
over. It's
playoffs.
over.
No, it ain't. No, it
Stop
ain't.
telling yourself
No, it
that
ain't.
it's over.
No, it ain't.
We all know that Master at Work is gonna upload a video next week. You know, Dolphins reactions to the Chiefs game. You know, it's probably gonna be like TD behind his chair, maybe a hole in the wall after he punched it after a Tua pick six or something. We all know what's gonna happen. You know, it's just too predictable at this point. When you actually need to perform, Dolphins actually have to perform. They always come up short. They can never get over the hump, and you might be able to get into the playoffs, but you can't win for jack shit. Like, you're not winning this game. It's over. Your season's over. You know, I'd rather miss the playoffs if I was you, because I don't want to be thinking, oh, I might win when I'm actually never going to win, and give yourself false hope, because that's how it's going to be. You're not winning. You're not winning. And you know what? We're going to be here next year, the Jets, and we're going to win the division next year, and it's going to be our greatest story ever told. It's going to be our greatest story ever told. We have an O-line
way
with
better
a
than
high
this
draft pick,
Bills story.
and Mike Evans at the receiver 2 slot is going to be great. Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. Yeah, it's going to be
Let's go.
amazing. Top 10 offense, number 1 ranked defense. We're about to run this division. Y'all not ready.
Oh, delusion.
Jimmy is speaking my language, baby. Because now this is the season where we can be in darkness and speak delusion, and no one can say a thing, baby. Woo! Because you guys don't have to wait for the results for months, so I can say whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about on Sunday it blowing up my face. Maybe the offseason is the best season to be a Jets fan. Oh, that's sad. All right.
Oh no.
I'm not going to lie. I might have to do these shows in this darkness. It's pretty cool. You got that green illuminating light behind me. You can still see my shadow. Izzy! What's up, my brother?
What up, man?
Congratulations on the AFC's title, man. You guys worked your ass off for it. You fought from behind, and you dethroned the Miami Dolphins, and you are our AFC East champions. Congrats, Izzy. Congrats.
Called it week after week. I told TD it was going to be what it is. The Dolphins collapsed. The Bills went out, as we do every year, the last 4 years now. And it is what it is. You know, I love TD, great guy. Thank you for the prayers for my wife. You know, who dealt with her hospital stuff, and on a human level. But as a fan, you know, it is what it is. We're just here as fans and loving our team. So when it comes to that, you know, you said that we'll have to wait for months, Richie, to wait for the results. The Dolphins won't. They'll be out this week, and that'll be done. And the Bills will continue their playoff run, hopefully to a Super Bowl win. Likeliness is we get at least one playoff win, so we'll deal with that as it comes. But the way things go are the way things go, and it's how they've been. I see the Bills winning. I see the Chiefs winning. I see the Browns winning. Then I see the Browns beating the Ravens. As the only real threats to the Ravens are the Browns and the Bills, because they're the only ones with defenses good enough to really stifle them enough to keep up with the Ravens defense, because the Ravens defense is truly masterful. The Ravens defense is scary.
It's wild.
And so the only defenses that can really keep up with the Ravens defense, and let's be real here, this year quarterback play and offensive play has been down. Offensives have not produced on the level they have before, because this year defenses have been up. And so the only defenses able to keep up with the Ravens defense are the Bills and the Browns. And so the only real threats to the Ravens are the Bills and the Browns. But the Browns defense is nasty. They're nasty. The Ravens defense is really, really good. They're really, really good. They have good players at all three levels. But the Browns with Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett at the ends, and then their corners are nasty. Their safeties are nasty. Their linebackers. It's gonna be a thing to see with the Bills, the Browns, and the Ravens in this postseason. I see the Bills hosting the Browns, and I see the Bills stopping Flacco in the AFC Championship game, going to the Super Bowl. And if it's the Cowboys or the Niners, it doesn't matter, right?
We win
Winning it all. The Niners offense is so similar to the Dolphins. Like, we know what they do. Like, we've seen it year after year. The Dolphins have literally prepared us to beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. And so if it's them, then cool. And if it's the Cowboys, we smashed. So we'll deal with that as it comes. All we got to do is get through the Ravens or the Browns when it comes down to it. And we'll deal with that when it comes. But for now, let's beat the Steelers. Don't worry about anything after that until you get there. Everything else is familiar and win. But guys, I love you guys all. And I just wanted to, give my 2 cents here. Dealing with everything I'm dealing with at the same time. I'm just glad to see winning football. Just glad to see winning football. Guys, you guys are great. God bless. TD,
Easy.
God bless.
Love you.
Same to you, brother.
Dan, God bless. Tyson, God bless. And Richie, good luck next year.
Thank you, Izzy. We appreciate that, brother. Why didn't you say good luck to Tyson next year? I mean, come on, we're in this together, Tyson. Let's not make a believer in the house.
He just blessed
Don't ever
Tyson.
compare
He
me
said
to
good
you,
luck to
Richie.
Hey, you're below the. Okay, let's not forget here. I'm in the darkness retreat right now, but let's not forget you are below us for the first time in history. It feels like.
See, this is why I never wanted the Jets to beat this, bro. Because
let's
now
go.
they think
We
they
beat
got
your
it, bro.
asses, and not only do we beat your asses, but you're below us in the standings. We're no longer in the basement. Let's
Congrats.
go. And it's going to stay that way, baby. It's going to stay that way. I'm going to wear my crown. This is my crown, baby. We finished above the New England Patriots this season, baby. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. Let's go. All right, man. That feels good. We got some more super chats to get through. When that money kick in and that defense can't be afforded, Josh Allen can't be throwing the picks like that.
Mm-hmm.
True that. TD, please wrap me in bubble wrap Saturday.
Jeez, chair, y'all crazy.
Jeez, chair. Slipping out.
We got to get a photo of this. That's perfect, bro. Look at that. Look at his eyes are covered. TD punches his chair like it said, "Go Bills." Barry White. That's who Lisselle was talking about. Master at Work, is it true you have a special place in your heart for Bills Mafia?
They're like our little brother, bro. It's good to see little brother do something every once in a while. I'll tell you this much. As much as you'd like the greatest story ever told, I want the Bills to make the Super Bowl. But you be goddamn if I'm rooting for y'all to win the Super Bowl, Dan. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I want y'all to get to the top of Mount Everest, bro, just to get kicked the fuck off. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? But I do believe you can make the Super Bowl, bro, in this AFC this season. I really do believe that. But I will never root for a divisional opponent to win a Super Bowl. I just don't have it in me. I won't be upset if the Bills win it, right? There's only 2 teams, and I will be just sick if they ever win a Super Bowl. That'd be the Jets and the Dolphins. The Bills winning a Super Bowl doesn't really.
What the heck's the difference
to me?
How can you say that? I would be so pissed off.
The Jets and the Patriots, we have a historic rivalry, Richie. I can't. Have you?
No, it's not about. It's not about. No. I'm not saying you shouldn't root against the Jets. I'm saying how can you not be upset if the Bills win the Super Bowl? I totally understand why you would be upset the Jets did.
Because I think it gives this division a little bit more oomph. I think it gives us some credibility.
Fuck that. It's either I win or no one wins, bro. F the Dolphins, F the Bills.
I mean, I don't
Patriots.
want them to win the Super Bowl if they get there, but I wouldn't be completely devastated. I wouldn't be devastated if the Bills win.
Oh, man. How would you feel, TD, if the Bills won?
Oh, dude, he would.
It ain't happening.
If, bro, Mr. Hypothetical.
I'm not even.
That right there is all you need to hear.
I ain't even gonna play with a hypothetical with them bums. Listen, man. No, they never. As long as they don't, all is well.
Well, that basically answers the question.
All is well. As long as they don't.
When the Dolphins win and the Bills lose, it would be the best and funniest ending because the greatest story ever told is a comedy.
Oh yeah, that would.
Can you imagine a reality though, where the Dolphins beat the Chiefs and the Bills lose to the Steelers? How much this whole thing flips on top of Dan Mitchell's head?
Get ready, Richie.
It's not that story, baby. And just wait for that hype video, man, because I literally put together a damn like any given Sunday sort of speech, bro. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be crazy.
Yo, dude, it's wild, man.
All right, well, stay tuned for that. That'll be uploaded sometime this weekend, Saturday morning, I believe.
Saturday,
so stay tuned.
Definitely Saturday, right? It's going to be definitely before Sunday because the Bills play Sunday, but it's definitely going to be before Sunday. So, and I'm most likely going to drop that shit Saturday morning. So I'm going to work on that shit Friday.
Saturday morning, folks. Stay tuned for another Master at Work masterpiece. Can't wait to see that. And that's going to wrap up tonight's episode of the AFC's Roundtable. We appreciate that, folks. We always like to keep this around 3 hours, and we are 2 hours and 50 minutes in. Woo! That was crazy. I had to go into the darkness just to finish off the show, just because I'm getting ready for the darkness retreat. Aaron and I FaceTimed them earlier today to kind of schedule it, so I just want to prepare, my senses to kind of be deprived in the darkness. So that's where I'm headed this offseason, since there's no playoffs to be excited about. But you guys know where you can find us all. Jets Roundtable tomorrow at 1 if you want to hear Jets fans talk about the preview of our offseason and talk about the wild card previews that no one's really going to tune into, but it's okay. Bills Roundtable at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then we got the Dolphins Roundtable Friday night at 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. rather.
7:30 to 8:30.
7:30 to 8:30 Friday night. And then over the weekend, maybe we'll do some pregame shows. Who knows? And then Saturday morning as well is the hype video.
And the Patriots Roundtable ain't launching until Belichick is fired. Listen, bro.
I love it.
I'm telling you, man, this shit needs to happen, man. It's taking too long, bro.
And another thing to keep in mind, guys, keep on the lookout for the Bill Belichick Fire Watch, because if he's not fired by next Wednesday night, we're going to see a different version of Tyson. I can't wait to see that.
Miami Dolphins Roundtable is my birthday celebration, so y'all come through.
That's right, your birthday's okay, TD.
Oh, wow, I can't believe it's your birthday weekend. That sucks.
Get this W, baby.
Andy says, Richie needs to stay in the darkness retreat till the Jets make the playoffs. All right, 365 days. I could do it for a year. I could do it for a year, Andy. I can meditate all day. Would you guys consider putting yourselves on a shirt like the players? LOL, I think Dan's would be the funniest. Should we make a graphic tee of the AFC's Roundtable? Faces? People would rep us?
I don't know if I want my face.
Why would mine be the funniest?
For obvious reasons, Dan. You have the funniest face. Julian said it, not me, Dan. Julian said it, not me. All right, that's it for the Super Chats. Happy birthday, TD. And we'll see you guys over the weekend. Join the Dolphins Roundtable for TD's birthday celebration. Bring some presents. All right, folks. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Peace.